listening to New Kids on the Pod with your hosts, Momba, Tony D, and JYD.
Hey everybody, this is New Kids on the Pod. My name is Momba, and since we are pressed for time and Junkyard doesn't know how to produce properly, I will captain this ship today. Like I said, my name is Momba. To the right of me, we have gangbanger short and air in his white t-shirt, Tony. Tony, also known as Tony D. Only gangbangers wear plain white tees. And then we have Christian Ronaldo lover, Junkyard, sitting over there.
I'm not a Cristiano Ronaldo
It's
lover.
Cristiano.
You're wearing his hat.
Motherfucker, this is a team hat. It doesn't have his name on it.
But it's his team now.
That's his team now.
Oh my god. This was my team before it was
No,
his
not
team.
anymore.
For those that don't know, Junkyard supports an obscure soccer team.
It's not
That
obscure.
nobody
It's definitely
else-
not obscure anymore.
It's obscure to the point where nobody else supports it. Like, nobody's ever heard of it until Junker brings
What's it called?
Juventus?
Juventus. Now, for us American audiences, you're probably like, what is that?
it. It's definitely not, like, real football. It's like the one where you kick the ball.
It's soccer,
That, yeah.
football, and every other
What
place
league
in the
are they in?
Serie A, Italian league.
So that's not even like the main league.
What do you mean the main league?
That's not like
you know
the
how many leagues there are
Champions
around the
League.
world? They are in the Champions League.
They're not like in the NBA of soccer, right?
What's the NBA, what do you consider the NBA of soccer? You know how many leagues there are?
I don't
in
know.
The
the
NBA of
world?
soccer is clearly the German league.
Dude, there's like 3 good teams.
There's, like, plenty of good teams.
No, name
Bundesliga
name
is number one.
Name 4 good. If you name 4 good teams in the German league, I will grant you that there's more than 3 good teams.
Okay, there's really not that many. I would say there's only maybe, like, 2 teams, like Bayern Munich and, like, fucking...
Aside from like the English Premier League, like if you really think
Spanish
about
is
it,
not terrible.
that's not terrible. The same thing with the expansion. There's probably like 4 to 5 like good teams.
That's why they have to have the Premier
You
League.
know?
They have to
The
get
Premier League is probably has the highest quality of.
Yeah, but they
teams.
have, like, from all the leagues.
Right.
It's like MLS All-Stars.
In Italy, you probably have like 3, sometimes 2, depending.
I like when they have, like a regular soccer club, like, play the MLS All-Stars.
The MLS has
And then-
0 good teams.
And then the MLS All-Stars get, like, rinsed every time.
So the best of the best from the MLS, they suck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the MLS has 0 good teams, just like Mexico. Mexico has like 0 good teams too.
Although the Chicago Fire have Schweinsteiger now.
That's great.
Why are you hating on Schweiny, bro?
And I'm not hating on him. Fucking the team still sucks.
Yeah, it's
sounds
true.
German.
He's old.
He is German.
All right, this is not an MMA
He's
pod-
very German. Like,
Never made
he's
It's not an MMA podcast.
he's actually like what you would consider your stereotypical German. A stereotypical German, what most people consider is like they're Bavarian. You know, they're like
yeah,
you know,
like blonde.
they're blonde, blue eyes. They have the very
Oh.
like defined cheekbones.
Very master
Very-
racist.
yeah. So that's exactly what
He's like Hitler's poster boy.
he is. Like if Hitler saw
Oh.
me, like have a wet dream.
Nice.
That is exactly what Bastian Schweinsteiger looks like. Anyway, he was one of my favorite soccer players.
Very
Still is,
informative.
actually.
Very informative.
Won a World Cup 4 years ago.
Tony's a
himself?
German fan.
I am a German soccer fan.
I thought you were a fan of obscure Japanese teams.
I am. I'm also a German.
Oh, okay.
I'm a fan of many things.
Well,
Whatever's in right now, he's a
Yes.
fan of.
Like I'm a fan of what's in. I'm a fan of what's hip. I am a fan of winners. If they're winning, I'm a fan. If they're losing,
So why are you still why are you still a Germany fan? They got fucking kicked out. They didn't even make it to the fucking
that
knockout
was
round.
fucking so bad.
So you technically should not be a fan of them.
Well,
anymore.
they did win the World Cup 4 years ago, so they're still kind of on a grace period. just like I'm still a Cubs fan, only because they recently won. So I'm still on. I mean, once you win a World Series, I mean, you develop a few years of
So how many more World
it's not
Cups?
like
will
the
you give
White
Germany?
Sox. Not like the White Sox fan where 2005 seemed like it was yesterday
Yeah.
for them.
What if Germany doesn't make the next World Cup in the next 4 years? That's already 8 years.
Oh, well, currently I'm all about Viva la France.
Oh my god.
The French national anthem.
You mean the African?
The French national anthem is the only anthem I stand for.
Dude, you know how many Africans are in the French national team?
Yeah, it was
Like-
a lot.
Like 90% of the team. I mean, not that many, but
It was a good World Cup. I did admire what Croatia did.
Too bad.
Croatia has heart.
too bad France is really racist.
I mean, how racist can they be? The whole team's like black.
That doesn't stop.
I guess.
Same thing with football.
Yeah.
We want to watch you play football. We don't want you to express any opinion.
This is true.
No opinion.
Yep.
Nope.
All right, this is not a sports podcast.
This is not a political podcast.
So we can't talk about sports, politics, MMA.
Nothing.
All right, guys.
Well,
like us on Facebook.
We've exhausted our options of what we can talk about.
We've been gone for 3 weeks.
We have been gone. We have lots to say.
For those who are first-time listeners, thank you. May we direct you to the New Kids on the Block podcast. If you're a returning listener, I just ask you why? But we're glad you're here. It's been 3 weeks. Probably got a lot to say. Some people are anti, saying why didn't we record?
Look what we're drinking today, guys.
Oh yeah,
Our reverse sponsor today is Budweiser Freedom Reserve.
This is like freedom beer.
Yep.
It is. It's pretty good.
Yeah, this is the
This is for the 4th of July since we didn't celebrate.
So it was on clearance because 4th of July like clearly passed.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was only $10 for a 12-pack.
Do you think the U.S.
That's cheap as fuck.
You overpaid.
Do you think the U.S. didn't compete in the World Cup because they ain't down with that communist shit?
They didn't
That's
compete
right,
because
they're
they
like-
fucking suck.
They were like, Russia? Fuck Russia. I don't even want to go to Russia.
Wait. No, the U.S. is all about Russia.
No, Trump is all about Russia,
Trump is all
not
about
the
sucking
U.S.
his dick.
That's right. Trump is all about sucking that Putin
The
dick.
U.S.
But did you see that he retracted his statement?
So stupid.
It was
Okay, for those of you who don't know, Trump was yesterday. Actually,
In
when
Helsinki.
you're listening to this, it would have been a couple days ago. On Monday, he was in Helsinki with Putin, and he didn't like. Go ahead, you can explain more.
so basically like they just to give you a quick recap. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but almost every single intelligence agency in the U.S. found evidence that there was meddling in the election from
by
Russia.
Russia. Mhm.
By Russia. They've all said yes. It was like not just one intelligence agency.
But, like, all of
it
them.
wasn't like one guy. It wasn't like, oh, those Democrats. It was them. No, it was like various agencies.
No, that's fake news.
Okay, yeah, that's probably fake. That's pretty much what they said. So they basically all concluded, that there was meddling. So one reporter asked Trump, like, hey, like, what the fuck? Like, are you gonna like tell Putin, hey, bitch, knock it off? And Trump's like, well,
He says he didn't do it.
he says, I mean, his response was, well, Russia didn't do anything. I asked Putin. Putin said that Russia didn't do it. I'm like, wow.
So why? So if he says he didn't do it, why? I have no reason to believe that they would do it.
Yeah, and so his exact words were like, I have no reason to believe
That they would do it.
Why they would.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, "Are you fucking kidding
Yeah,
me?"
even like Republicans were all like, "You're what the fuck are you talking about?"
So then,
like,
so then he
everybody from the right and the left,
Yeah.
were jumping. Except for the super hardcore Trump nut huggers.
Yeah, like
they no matter
yeah,
what he does,
like people in Alabama and Georgia were. I mean, they were like
Yeah.
they were sitting in their trailer park just watching their black and white TV, and they were like, yeah, they're saying that it was all fake news.
yep. They said
But-
that. Yep.
But what's funny is that when he,
They're like, it's all fake news. Let's go back to fucking our cousins and
Yep.
making moonshine.
yep,
If Trump were to walk in, rape their cousins,
they would thank him.
Dude, it's-
yeah, they would thank him for fucking giving them the honor of like fucking their cousins.
yeah, they would salute them
Yep.
if they can get out their rascal.
Yeah. So then today, he issued a video clarifying his remarks. He's saying that he misspoke.
Mm-hmm.
That he was reading off He was reading off a teleprompter, or something.
No. He
Oh,
said he
it's something else.
misspoke. No. He said
the
he
teleprompter
said-
thing was the other Republicans about the Sacha Baron Cohen thing.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
no.
that's different.
Afterwards, he was saying that he's like after the meeting, saw everything blow up, saying like, like talking shit basically to him, and he's like, "Well, I don't understand why they were so mad." And then I guess he said he watched all these news and read the fucking the transcript, and it turns out that he misspoke.
He says he has no reason to. He has no reason to believe
why they wouldn't.
why it wouldn't be Russia.
Oh,
Instead of like, I don't know why, I have no reason to believe it would.
Except-
He meant to say, I have no reason to believe it would.
But what's funny about that is that like everything he said before and after that was very pro Russia. So even if like he would have,
even if his correction was correct,
he's still
he's-
like super
I mean,
fucking sucking.
So it was just
Putin's dick.
it was just one of those sad attempts. I mean, it's creative. I'll give him that. I mean, he must. I wonder how much he's paying like that guy. So I'm like, how can I fix this? I got it. Say you meant to say wouldn't. That English degree is paying off.
Trey Crowder, if we play him on this podcast quite a bit. He's actually said some funny shit. He said like, there's two things I can think of that why Trump would do that. A, either Putin's got like a lot of dirt on him and he's like got him in his pocket basically. You know, he's got Trump in his pocket and he's just gonna say whatever it is. Or two, he says, which is more scary, is that Trump is fucking stupid as fuck because he's just gonna be like he's stupid and he just doesn't know. You know, and he's just like, no, that happened.
I think
maybe he's not no mark ass trick. You ever thought about that?
At this point, what do you think is worse? Do you think it's worse that Putin has him blackmailed, or is it worse that he's just a fucking moron?
I think it's worse that he's a moron because if he's got him blackmailed, like, you know, with the investigation going on, like they'll find something, and then he'll be out of office, you know, sooner or later. And even if he's not,
that's true.
You only have 4 years of him
because you can blackmail, you can fix, you can work around.
Right.
You can't fix stupid.
Nope, you can't fix stupid.
Especially if he's already what, 70?
Yeah.
70
he's only gonna get stupider.
If he was so stupid, why is he a fucking billionaire? Sit on that.
He's actually not a billionaire, but okay.
He's how much money does he have?
He's got millions.
But no one knows exactly because he won't release his tax records.
Remember? Good point.
He never did. Oh, and my favorite part was I was watching that, and I kind of knew what to expect. I'm like, and I was right on 2 out of the 3 things. I expected him to suck Putin's dick, which he did. I expected him to bring up Hillary Clinton's emails,
which he did. And
I expected him to blame Obama for something, which
he did.
Did he?
That's
the one thing. I was like, I was 2 for 3.
What did he say about Hillary's email?
Oh, because they were talking about how they asked him like you know, they found evidence that
he's like, but we need the server.
But yeah, he's like,
I wish we had the server to find you know, to show that.
And then he's like, I
wish we had Hillary's emails in her server.
I wish we had the server to prove that. I wish we had Hillary's emails. What about Hillary's emails? 33,000 emails. And then he just kept going on about Hillary. Emails. I was like, oh my, yep, that's
your boy Marlos.
Yeah,
it's the art of deflecting.
Marlos is Donald Trump.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's his whole defense is he can't like basically put together a cohesive argument without blaming Obama,
Hillary, or any Democrat,
or Bernie.
Oh yeah, Bernie.
Even though Bernie didn't even come close to winning, he still like talks about like Bernie as if like he's some
Bernie's America, basically.
Yeah, Bernie's America. I'm like, you do realize that.
What did he? He said some shit like that. I forgot. He said something. It was an article that he posted. He's like, "This is what it would have looked like." Something happened,
and he's like, "This is Bernie's America."
He was like, "This would have looked like under Bernie Sanders' America," and I commented back. I'm like, "Yeah, but it's Trump's America right now."
Yeah. And it's still happening.
So this is what it looks like under Trump's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I remember seeing something like that.
What it was.
It was something that's happening now, currently, and he didn't blame it, but he's like, "This is like Bernie's America," but it was like, dude,
but it's not.
But it's happening now.
So it's Trump's America,
and you're the one.
Yeah.
Something really stupid.
But anyway, this is not a political podcast.
Nope.
So we can move on.
So just sitting here in silence and speak psychically.
Anyway, let's get to Urban Dictionary word of the day, shall we? So today's word is big dick energy. Can you guys tell me what big dick energy is?
I know what it is.
What is it?
Is it like ComEd?
No, it's not ComEd.
Because I mean, they got the only dick in town, so it's got to be pretty big.
Nope.
Since I don't have an option.
Mamba, what's big dick energy?
It's when you walk around with a lot of bravado and unparalleled confidence because you know that you have the biggest dick in the room.
Yeah, you're pretty close.
I know
you're pretty close. Yeah, but you're a little off. But
you know why?
Because
I experience it on a daily basis.
Really? So a lot of people come by you with big dicks?
Yeah, it's big. It just doesn't work. So I don't know if that's a good thing.
So the definition of big dick energy is confidence without cockiness.
Oh.
It is never misplaced and it cannot be simulated. It is the sexual equivalent of writing a check for $10K knowing you got it in the bank account. So if Tony had a big dick, he would have big dick energy because he's got the other, he's got the $10K in the bank. He could just write checks.
Right, but if you got a big dick. What if I got an average dick and the $10K in the bank?
Then I guess would that make it pretty close?
Would that make it just average dick energy?
Yeah. What if you have a like below average dick, but you drive a Tesla?
Ooh.
You feeling pretty good about yourself?
Then you're still in the middle.
I don't know, because like, let's bring it back full circle back to Trump. He might have a little dick and he's got a lot of money. Does that make him?
I'm sure he's got a tiny dick.
He doesn't have big dick energy.
Do you think that if either A, he had a big dick, or B, his dick game was any good, you think Melania would walk around like that and look
Nope.
miserable?
Nope.
Because she looks like she just
Do you?
You know who
hates
has big dick energy?
Obama. No. How many times did you see Michelle smiling? You want to know
Yeah.
why? Because she was getting dick down properly.
Yep.
Obama was laying that pipe.
Plus, they were like super affectionate, always hugging,
Yep.
kissing.
Say what you want about his presidency. He got big dick energy.
Yeah, and just to touch on that point, because Obama was laying down the pipe, and it was clearly, the whole country saw, because, Michelle was always happy. And since Trump couldn't lay down that pipe, clearly because Melania's miserable, so what did he do? He laid down the Keystone Pipeline. That was his way of fucking all of us. You like that? You guys like that?
Yeah, I like that. Sarah, let me use it in the sentence real quick. Pete Davidson is 6'3" with dark circles, exudes big dick energy, looks evil, but apparently is an angel, and loves his girl publicly.
Oh, nice guy.
Yeah.
I guess
it's a
that's
nice
a good
guy.
He
example.
probably doesn't get enough sleep if he's got dark circles.
Yeah.
You know what I will say? It probably is true because he's dating Ariana Grande, and she just looks smitten.
Who are we talking about?
Pete Davidson.
Oh, Pete Davidson?
The
Oh.
guy that you use in the example.
I just read it. I don't know who that is.
He's a cast member on SNL. He's like a comedian.
Oh, I know who he is now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's laying down the pipe on
Ariana Grande.
I mean,
I know he is. Yeah.
she's small, so it probably doesn't take that much pipe,
Right.
but she looks pleased.
Yeah.
Which I guess is good.
Well, I mean, she was getting it in from
Mac Miller.
and what's that?
They
other
broke
guy?
up, right?
That other guy.
She
before.
okay. This is a
The
timeline.
weekend. Oh, not the weekend. That was Selena Gomez.
Damn, Big Sean.
Big Sean. There you go.
That's right, Big Sean. Didn't he write the "I don't give a fuck about you"? Isn't that
That
about
was
it?
about
Oh.
Naya Rivera.
Oh,
About
okay.
you.
Because apparently Naya Rivera is a huge old bitch.
Well, from what I've read, how she was on Glee, she was.
Yeah.
Really. She was like impossible to work
I
with.
talked to my girlfriend about this because we watched Glee for a while. Apparently, she wrote a tell-all book and she was like talking mad shit about her Glee cast members.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why they kind of like they started writing her off towards
Yeah.
the later seasons.
I haven't got to that part yet, but
Spoiler alert.
I will say she probably is my favorite person on
She's
that
sexy.
show.
Anyway, whenever you guys say big dick energy, you will hear. So yeah, Mamba, you don't have the big dick energy. Sorry.
No. But what do they say?
Mamba will settle for just regular energy.
Yeah.
Just
I
average.
just want to.
I just want energy.
I just want to be able to wake up in the morning.
All right. Let's get to everybody's favorite segment, not just our favorite segment, because I know you guys fucking love this segment.
Poncho Segment. Poncho Segment. Poncho Segment.
So we're gonna read his email first, or talk about his party.
Let's read his email, then talk about his party.
Okay, cool.
So Pancho says World Cup and stuff. Yo, y'all see Mexico get that ass spanked and squeak into the knockout rounds?
Yeah, we did.
By the time you read this email for the show, odds are Mexico would have been bent over and violated by Brazil without consent. Yes, they were. So please send my sympathies and regards to the Mexican national soccer team. Thoughts and prayers. Anyway, with their loss and South Korea's win over Germany, lots of social justice warrior propaganda was popping off on my Facebook feed. See image below.
Oh, I know what he's talking about.
The image below says Hispanic people. Wow, that's so racist. Not all Hispanics are Mexican, also Hispanic people. And it says Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, Indonesian, Malaysian, Filipino. A large list of Asians. It says equals chinito.
Which is true.
Which is true. So anybody else get annoyed by the PC police with stuff like this? Let me explain. It's my understanding that Mexicans say chinito to describe a characteristic. For example, I have cousins who have smaller eyes. We refer to them as chinos because of the characteristic of their eyes. Another example of this is when us English speakers refer to a person as black. We don't know what actual ancestral country they're from, but their skin tone is black, so we call them that. There is no bad or ill feeling when we say it, but it's annoying as fudge for SJWs, social justice warriors, to make people out to be racist when they're really not. Moving on. I went and shot up the club this past weekend. So if you don't hear from me, it's because I've either abandoned my family, a la Mamba's grandpa, or I might be busy taking care of another child. I didn't mean to shoot up the club either, but I was at the club having a good time and dancing when my gun went off by accident. Within 2 minutes of me getting into the club.
Oh man,
Shit happens.
that yeah, no stamina.
That's all I got, fam. Till next week, sincerely, Pancho.
Well, I mean, I think he's right. What's funny is like that word chinito, like growing up, like my family's also used it to describe curly hair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how we use it too.
What does it translate to?
Chino. Well, that's the thing. So like curly hair is, you could say tienes el pelo chino. You have your hair is
That means
curly.
hair's curly.
Or if like he says it chino, you can say like you have like
Like-
slanted eye,
Yeah, chink
slanted
eyes,
like
yeah.
chink is a derogatory word for Asians. I appreciate if you wouldn't use that, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, you have chinky eyes.
Mamba.
I'm
Mamba's
trying
views.
to relate.
Mamba's views do not represent those of NKOTP or reverse sponsor Budweiser.
Definitely. It definitely. People who drink Budweiser say a lot worse shit. What were we talking about? Or what'd you guys say?
Chino.
Yeah, I don't know. I think. See, it's Mexico is not like there's not a lot of countries like the United States where there's just like a melting pot of people.
Yeah.
So of course, we can't say it because there's a lot of Asian people that live in this country. But when you go to Mexico, there's like nothing but Mexicans.
Yeah.
So they're not worried about offending.
I know that's one thing I didn't like about Mexico. Too many goddamn
Yeah,
Mexicans.
they're not offending an Asian person that's close by because chances are, if you're in Mexico, there's not an Asian person. I mean, I'm sure there is.
Yeah, if you go to where I'm from in Leon, there's a lot of car manufacturers and there's a lot of Japanese car manufacturers. There's actually a large percentage of Japanese people in Leon that come because of the car manufacturing. But that's neither here nor there.
But they don't have the same. They don't have the same PC culture. It's Mexico.
No, they definitely don't.
No. So I don't think it's coming from a bad place. They just don't have American customs of not saying certain things.
Yeah, they say a lot worse shit over there than they do
They
here.
did do something. There was pictures and video once because was it South Korea won? They beat Germany, right?
Yeah.
Or Mexico beat Germany.
Mexico
Mexico
no.
beat
They beat South Korea beat Germany to push Mexico into the
Oh, okay.
after Mexico lost to
Also, that's a gripe. I'll get to it later.
Okay.
World Cup standings and statistics. I don't understand it. But
It's not that hard, but okay.
well, okay. Well,
we'll save it for your grapes.
no, I'll say it fucking right now because you guys want to make a big deal about it. Mexico beat Germany, right?
Right.
So then Mexico lost to who they lose to after that?
They tied with us. No, they beat
They beat Germany.
They tied South Korea, right? Tony? Did they tied South Korea, correct?
Who?
Mexico? They beat Germany, tied South Korea, and then lost to
Yeah.
Sweden.
Yeah, they like lost 3-0, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they tied with South Korea.
I believe that's it. I could double check, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty
double
sure
check.
that's what
But
it
yeah,
was.
but it goes by 8.
It goes by points.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then. Who cares? There's no point.
So yeah, so you could win. You can win like, what is it, 2 out of the 3 games,
Yeah. And still not be in
and
it.
still not be in it.
Because if one team wins, so like, or say, let's say there's 4 teams in a group. If 2 of those teams win every single game and you only win 2, you're out.
Okay.
Because every win is 3 points, every tie is 1 point, and a loss is 0 points. So whoever has the most points at the top 2 teams with the most points make it to the next round.
Okay.
So since Mexico won, tied, and lost, they only had 4 points. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So
and,
okay.
and Sweden had
Sweden had 6.
6 points because they won.
They
twice.
won. They won twice.
and they tied once
And Germany won once
and lost twice.
and lost twice.
So they were
They
out.
only had 3 points.
Yeah.
And South Korea won once and lost twice, and they only had 3 points as well.
All right. Getting back to
Or no, or maybe that no,
because they won tied. Didn't they
Or maybe
win,
they-
tie, and,
maybe-
and lose?
or maybe Mexico did win. Mexico might have beat South Korea. I don't remember.
I thought they beat South Korea.
They might have
Anyway.
beat South Korea. Yeah.
Anyways, back to this. So that's even more
Either way,
confusing
yeah,
now.
Either way, they got spanked by Brazil.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Like, so the word chinito is pretty bad, but it get even worse because there was pictures of Mexicans across the country pulling their eyelids apart.
That is bad.
And that goes back to what I said, like, not to offend any of our Asian listeners if we have any, but I don't think they know any better. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not the U.S. Maybe there was some Mexicans in the U.S. that were doing it too, but if they don't speak English, they probably don't know any better either.
Yeah, because they're not immersed in anything else but
Yeah.
so they don't see it as whatever.
All right, Chuck, it doesn't matter.
Well, you guys don't have to wait on me, motherfucker. You guys can.
I don't know what to say without your leadership.
Yeah,
You fucking.
you are the cog that keeps this podcast going.
They did win. They beat South Korea
They beat
2-1.
South Korea. So they beat South Korea. They beat Germany,
And they lost
against
to Sweden.
Yeah.
See, yeah, Germany lost. But Germany beat Sweden
Mm-hmm.
2-1. So they beat Sweden. They lost to South Korea and they lost to Mexico.
That's why I was confused. I was like, how was Mexico in jeopardy of losing if they won 2 games in a row?
so because
Okay, I get it now. I get it.
Okay.
I get it. It's not a soccer podcast. I mean, it's not a football podcast.
It's not. We could worry about that in 4 years from now.
Yeah, 4 years from now.
4 years from now, we'll revisit this.
And then-
We'll have another World
and
Cup
if there,
episode.
and another thing, if there's a tie, so if in this case, if there's so like if say they would have tied, it's also based on goal differential. So for example, if Mexico and Germany would have both had 6 points, Germany had more goals than Mexico, so the goal differential is higher, and so therefore Germany would have made it, and Mexico wouldn't have.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Learned something new. That's why Americans don't fuck with soccer. Too much counting.
it's too much math.
Too much.
Too much math.
That's why you just look at the standings and it tells you.
In
it tells you
American
for you.
football, you play one team in the playoffs, they lose. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you're bad.
that's how the knockout stages are. So once you get past the group stage, knockout stage, you lose your fucking out. That's it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
like the standings are like it's just straight wins and losses.
It's just straight one. Yeah.
The knockout stage is too.
No, but not the qualifiers.
Oh, not the qualifier.
Same
no,
thing with it.
no, I mean not the group stage.
Yeah.
Same thing with.
See, in American football, in American sports, there are no group stages.
Yeah.
It's just wins and losses.
It's
called-
like
yeah.
you could have an amazing. You can go win 16 games in a row, but once you get to the playoffs, if you like, you lose.
That's it.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself. Good year, but you suck.
Like the time the fucking
And there are,
the Patriots went fucking almost undefeated, right? Or did,
yeah,
they lost to
they lost
the
lost
Giants.
the championship game. Yeah, they lost the Super Bowl.
No, but I think that year they lost to the Giants, didn't they?
Yeah, because two of the Giants Super Bowls were against the Patriots.
No, I know, but I'm saying the year they went.
Yeah, they won like.
Oh yeah.
They
Because
would
there was
have
2 years. Because there was 1 year that they were almost undefeated, but the Giants they played them the last game of the season
And they lost.
And they lost.
Yeah, and they played them, and then when they played
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl,
The Giants was their kryptonite.
yeah,
So
Can't beat them.
2 things America doesn't fuck with: soccer and the metric system.
No, 3 things.
You take-
soccer, the metric system, and then the second biggest sport in the world.
Is tolerance.
No, cricket.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of metric system, did you see that article about the one plane that had to do an emergency landing because whoever filled up whoever was in charge of filling the fuel, they didn't convert from gallons to liters,
So they put less gas.
so they put less gas, so they almost didn't have enough to make
so
the
like
trip.
yeah.
So instead of they didn't convert from
Wait, wouldn't it be? Yeah, cool. Because liters are less than gallons.
liters are less than gallons.
So they probably if you put like 100 liters, it would have
Yeah,
been like,
so like say he was supposed to put 100 gallons,
and he put
he's
100
put
liters.
100 liters.
So who's the fault there? The guy who is used to the metric system and is always putting liters in, or the entire fucking
Look it up.
country that refuses to convert?
Well, we're the only country that doesn't use the metric.
Yeah,
I don't know. No, there's another one, but it's like
Oh,
some
it's-
shitty.
you're
Yeah.
right. There is one more.
Oh yeah, you're right there too. I think it's like, is it like Uganda? Or not even Uganda.
No,
I think-
it is some other shitty ass country.
Why are you saying Uganda is a shitty country, bro?
Have you been to Uganda?
No,
You-
but,
Exactly, because
but
it's
I,
shitty.
But I would not assume it's shitty.
All African countries are shitty, with the exception of like South Africa.
Are you just saying because there's white people in South Africa? You racist?
Let's see. Oh, how to cover? Oh no, that's RC plane. I don't see it.
I think because you're.
No.
Oh well, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't see
You're
it.
like terrible at googling shit.
Yeah,
Junkyard.
you put airplane gas conversion.
you
You
don't-
put guy fucks up with
Yeah.
airplane gas.
You are like the worst Googler. You're like Bing. Wrong airplane.
A guy puts wrong airplane.
I don't see it though. It still should come up like somewhere.
No,
Just
not the way you're looking for it, Junkyard. You're terrible at searching shit.
airplane,
Airplane.
emergency landing. Here, how about that?
And then it's going to give you emergency landing
Yeah.
instructions.
Fuel leak? Oh, that's fuel leak.
No, just forget it, Junkyard. It already lost its luster.
Metric.
You don't know how to search shit.
Nope, it's not here. You
Let's
lie.
just move on.
That was a fake news.
Junkyard is the type of guy that when he's in like in a Chrome browser, he types Google to get the Google.
Oh, by the way, update on Pancho's email. I talked to him recently. He got snipped.
Oh, he did get
Oh,
Yeah. After his email.
so he's not shooting anybody's club up
not
anymore.
anymore. Not anymore.
What did he say about it? How was the procedure?
He didn't really talk about it. He just said he got snipped.
For those who
You want me to call him?
are asking, he got castrated.
Yeah, he is now a eunuch. So what do you call it?
Is he a castrati?
Yes, yeah, I don't think he can sing. So let's talk about Pancho's party. I don't think we've been here since Pancho's party.
No. So last time we talked about we were going to his
We
party.
were invited to his party.
We were invited to his party, and Pancho's someone that I guess knows me. At the time,
We figured it was somebody that knew you.
So it was actually someone that I do know. I went to high school with his older brother, and I've actually known him through. We have other mutual friends. So I know who he is. So I remember like going into this, I'm like, well, I'm gonna find out who he is, and it's either gonna go one or two ways. It's either gonna be like, oh hey, it's you, or oh, yeah, it's you. All right, I'll be over there by the tacos. But no, it was cool. It was a good party.
Yeah, I had a fun time. I had a great time.
I like the fact that he had a wide variety of food. There was like a lot of food, and there were tacos, and they had that guy making the drinks.
Oh yeah, that was cool too.
So
yeah.
it was kind of like it was out in like a park, slash
a park. It
slash
was like
farm,
yeah.
field
was a
farm.
field.
It was a field with a farm, and by farm I mean there was like a stable of horses in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could just ride. You can like ride the horses around the perimeter of the party if you
Yeah.
wanted, which is pretty cool. I did that, so that was fun. Then they had like that little table of all like the cupcakes and
Oh yeah, like the dessert
that
table.
was good as fuck.
So he had a pretty good spread.
Yeah,
Man, he had a
yeah,
really good spread.
What was the occasion?
Baptism.
Oh,
His daughter's baptism.
He
Both
was
his daughters
baptizing both of his daughters.
Yeah.
So yeah, the food was awesome. His wife did a really good job of like putting it all together. I
Yeah.
think he was in charge of the flowers.
He was in charge of two things: the flowers and the music. And guess who he called about the music?
Junkyard.
Yes.
So that was the extent of his efforts. The party.
So all he had to do was call about the flowers.
So that's all he had to do was call about the flowers, and it was a very elaborate party. So that just goes to show like how much his wife actually did.
Yeah.
So, but it was cool. Like, so I like how as it was getting late, I guess he didn't want to be rude and kick people out. So what he did was like he just shut off the generator. So like,
was it really dark?
so it got really dark. So it was funny because like he had a band that was playing. And the band would play for a bit, then they would take a break, and when they take a break, he would just play like, just.
I had he made a playlist. I was playing it on
He just
my
made a
computer.
playlist, just a general playlist, just something to have, just music to have in the background, and then the band would come back and play. We stopped the music. So this was like later on at night. So the band was finishing up. They were just listening to music on the speakers. He had like those string lights in this tented area. So yeah, the generator just shuts off.
Well, not during the music though, because the band was still playing when.
The band was playing. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, the generator shuts off, and there's a bouncy house there too. There's little kids in there.
No, there were kids inside.
So it was time for the kids to go, I guess. So the generator goes off. The bouncy house starts deflating with kids inside.
They were not kids inside.
And the lights go off, and we're like, oh, like what happened? Like, and he's like, oh, I guess the party's over. But I guess he was hoping people would leave, but nobody left.
Did he already start?
So what people started doing was they just started busting out the flashlights on their phones, and the band wouldn't, and the band just kept playing because obviously the band doesn't need the generator to play.
Oh yeah,
they can play in the dark, which is what they were doing. So, and I guess the kids were just playing a deflated bouncy house. I guess they still didn't want to like whatever. So after like 15, 20 minutes, I guess Pancho realized that nobody was leaving, so he just turned the generator back on.
Oh, okay.
He's like, all right, I guess since no one's leaving,
It's
I
not
guess we'll,
working.
it's not working. I guess I'll just turn it back on and have the lights on. So yeah, so we turned it back on. The bouncy house inflated itself again. The kids were able to come out, and
and
the
then-
party kept going.
Hold on, wait. That wasn't the only way.
His
He tried-
next technique should have been to get some white lady to call the cops on
No,
him.
his next technique was actually like closer to the later on, he started hiding the liquor.
That's true. That was his second attempt.
And
He's
then-
like, all right, they'll have to leave if there's no booze. So he tried to hide it,
Yeah.
but people found it.
Did one drunk person find it? Like, hey, everybody.
Look what I found. Party's on. So
Yep.
yeah,
I wanted to go.
it was
You should
fun.
have.
You missed out.
You missed out. It was a good time.
It was a really good time.
I didn't go because I told my girlfriend that I would hang out with her and her friends. And then I got into an argument with my girlfriend and I just went home. So not only did I not go to the party, but
You got upset.
I didn't. Yeah, I was upset, but I didn't go hang out with her friends. And it turns out
You didn't go with that either?
no. It turns out it got canceled
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You should have came with. Why didn't you just come up after?
because me and her were arguing. Like we were arguing pretty bad. Like probably the worst argument we had.
Wow.
It was just
Why were you arguing? Because something
it was stressful because it's fine now to talk about it, but she was stressed out because moving. She let me tell you this:
Understandable.
if you've never lived with a girl, girls have a bunch of shit, and it's ridiculous. I carry around my I have a PS4 and maybe about like 5 outfits that I keep in rotation.
You're like a vagrant. You can just have all your
Yeah,
stuff.
in a knapsack.
You can throw all your stuff in a knapsack, tie it on a stick, and you're good to go, right?
She had just like I didn't even. There was one closet in her house I didn't even know existed. She was just opening it, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's a lot of clothes." And then I was like, "Oh, just fold it. We'll get it sorted out." She's like, "I'm not like you. I just can't carry my shit in the garbage bag." And I'm like, "All right, I'm getting out of here." So I left and I went home, and I didn't get to have any fun.
You still should have showed up. We would have had a great time.
I thought about it. I was like, I wonder if I showed up and like, I wonder if I went to this party, how much more upset would she be? But I just went home and I took a nap.
Should have came with us. We had a great time.
I know. I was kind of jealous. But yeah,
Yeah,
moving in can be kind of stressful.
I'm sure.
Yeah, moving, a new job, and getting married are the three most stressful things.
Why new job? That sounds great.
You might.
Change. It's just change. People.
I don't know, because for me, like every time I got a new job, I was super excited.
Because you always had shitty jobs, so you're always excited for anything.
Yeah, so
That not everybody's like that.
You might be self-conscious, like, oh, am I going to be able to do this?
Yeah.
no, man, you gotta have big dick energy.
Yep. That's
You know?
why you were a key holder for so long.
Because I have big dick energy.
Can I say the name of the place?
No, you can't.
I'm going to say it anyways. You've been having worked there for 2 years.
It don't matter. I don't want to give them publicity. They fuck them.
You were the key holder at Family Video. For those who don't
What?
know,
I thought it was Blockbuster.
Family Video is
Still around?
a video store.
That's still
Yeah.
around.
I don't know if there's. Well, I know they closed one of them down recently.
Hopefully, it's that one.
Nah, it's not that one. I don't think it is.
Hey, you mean that one's still thriving?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, do they make all their money on candy? Like, didn't you have to push candy?
Yeah, I did. I pushed everything hard as fuck. And that's why I became a key holder. I was good as fuck at my job. I was like top 10 in the district of like pushing shit.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Oh,
What'd you
the
get to push?
district?
Yeah.
You mean there's more of them?
Yeah, out of the 3 family videos.
No,
now,
there was
now there's 2.
No, but the district was like really big. It was like parts of like Illinois that were far as fuck.
Well, yeah, because there's only like 10 of them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is
So
there a
which-
district manager?
Yeah, there was a district manager.
So how do you think that guy
It
felt?
was a chick.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's a weird business.
She was
The district manager
was an Asian chick, yeah.
is Asian woman.
Yeah.
That's who was running your company.
Not the district,
She
not the
runs
company.
district.
This is a weird store.
Well, woman.
Anyway,
you had-
I kid.
You had to push candy, we had a couple things. Candy, there was also a membership where you got like discounted and free movies. Also push like what movies that were on sale to rent, if that makes any sense. So like movies that were older that they bundle, they say like, oh, if you get it's like rent 1 get 3 free, or 2 free. You get 3 for the price of 1,
So you get 3 rentals for the price of 1.
basically.
So if you rent this movie, you get 2 other ones.
Yes, with the same. They all were all labeled with certain stickers. So
Okay.
like these, like anything with this sticker, you can pay. You basically like you pay for 1, but you get the 3 of them.
Okay.
Of any of these with the sticker on them. So you had to push those. You push like there was like a set shit you had to push. And I just pushed everything.
So you're a pusher.
I was a fucking. At first, when I first started, I hate selling. I'm not a salesman. I hate doing it. I hate offering.
But you were.
Which
I
is
heard
why,
you.
Which is why you worked at Best Buy.
right.
I heard you were good at service merchandise.
I was.
He was really good.
That's what I'm saying. I hate, just because you
true.
got a big dick
That's
doesn't mean
true.
you got to do porn.
I didn't like it either, and I always did it. I always excelled
Yeah.
in selling.
Yeah, I'm pretty decent at selling. I just don't like doing it. I'm not that type of person. That's not in my persona of like having to push it. That's probably would never be a drug dealer because
Not a pusher.
I'm not a pusher. But
You can't.
Hey man, you want some crack? No. All right.
Whatever.
yeah, all right.
I tried.
So, but like the thing is that my boss was always on my ass. Like you just what do you call it? All you have to do is like offer it, and I'm like fine. So I started offering, and I just started I would offer, and then I would just sell everything, and then so you know what's hilarious? He told me to stop because one time, so I was offering everything, and then I remember there's this one time we had like a bake sale. Not for us. It was like some other, like some nuns or some Girl Scouts or somebody came in for like charity to do a bake sale. So we had to offer that. So I was offering everything, and then the bake sale. So I was offering like 3 or 4 different things in addition to the bake sale. So like everything we were
Supposed
to offer
plus the bake
plus
sale.
the bake sale.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey man, relax. He told me he's like, hey man, relax. He's like, you do know we only have to offer 3 of all those things. And I'm like, hey man, go big or go home.
That's right.
I was like, either I
like,
offer either I
offer
offer
everything,
everything or I
I
offer
offer
nothing. You
nothing.
pick.
So, hey man, pick. It's sink or swim.
Yeah.
Either I offer all 30 things or I offer 0 things.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Exactly.
Did you tell him a man with his vision does not belong in this thing?
So yeah. and
So did you
I
like?
was I was fucking killing it.
So did you take away his keys? Like you don't deserve these.
Yeah.
Nah, he was actually a really
There's
cool
a
guy.
change in leadership.
But yeah, I was fucking everybody up.
I wonder, like, so the district manager, so she has a district.
Yeah.
So she has to get up in the morning and drive to various family videos.
Yeah, dude, and some were really fucking far.
Talk about, like, the most unmotivated job ever. Like,
Hey.
every time she puts on her fucking work shoes, she's like, Netflix is
Dude,
a thing.
so
Why do I still have a
Hulu,
job? Yeah.
Hulu. Do you think she feels like a traitor when she probably has a Netflix account?
Yeah.
And she feels bad, like she doesn't tell people everyone's like, oh, did you see this great Netflix show? And she's like, oh, I can't
what?
talk. No, and she wants to talk about it, but she can't because she is district manager for family. Video.
She's like, oh, Netflix show?
She's like, is it on DVD? Because if it is, I could talk about it.
I'll wait till this full season comes out
on
on
DVD.
video.
But they do, like, even on Netflix, like we had a House of Cards and Orange and New
Yeah.
Black on DVD. Or yeah, DVD. We rented it. So
I remember when I worked at GameStop like many years ago, they used to have us push pre-sales.
yeah.
I'm sure they still do. So we had to push pre-sales. We had to push used games, obviously high margin, and we had to push for them to trade, and the membership card. So the membership card, it was I think it was like $19.99 for a year,
That's actually pretty cheap.
and to renew it, it was $14.99.
Ooh.
And it would give you 20% off of all used games and 20% more credit. So
And did you be able to like? Didn't you get something for like ordering games?
if you pre-order certain games, you get like certain bonuses
Right,
if
yeah.
you remember.
Yeah.
So they would always have us, and that's something they would keep track of, like as a whole district.
Yeah.
Like, so they would keep track of like who's the highest performer in the store, and even though like they're not supposed to base your hours solely on that's how
Right.
it was. Even though they tell you like you can be like the best worker, but if you don't sell shit, you ain't getting no hours.
And that's how it was with us too. And not only that, but we worked on commission.
Oh, we did get. I think we got like it was like maybe like $2.
Yeah, that's what we did for every membership we got. We got $2.
They called it a spiff because they don't want to say commission. Commission's a negative word.
No, we had commission, but the thing is, it's stupid because, like,
Yeah.
dude, I was
Commission comes with expectations.
Exactly.
and the thing is, yeah, and I was the best one in my store. I was top 10 in the district, and you know how much my paychecks were? Like $100. That's how much I was fucking. And I was like, dude, I'm fucking killing it, and I'm still not making jack shit.
Was
Fuck
this
this
you
place.
talking
Yeah.
about family video?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember the district manager, like he would always like he'd call us every now and then and
Right.
like say, oh, you guys give us like a rundown of the numbers where we every month, where we were compared to other stores, and he would say like top performers.
Right.
And I remember like I was always at the top, and this one time we were gonna have we had like a little competition. Like my manager and this other manager were like, oh, let's see who could sell more membership cards.
Right.
And I remember like destroyed them. And I remember like I would always offer it. And at the time we would have that we had that like a little machine that would buff discs. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah, I remember
So
that.
it was like a special machine that would spin like super
we,
fast.
we had that too at Family Video.
It has like a special kind of like
like a pad.
like a pad.
Yeah.
And what it does is it basically buffs CDs, DVDs.
Yeah.
And
Everything except for like Blu-rays.
yeah, it basically if it's scratched, it'll remove the surface scratches. Then so people come in with their scratch games, and if you had the card, it would be $1 per disc, and I think you get 3 free a month or something. So I remember I would just like be like, look, man, if you just because people would come with like 10 discs, man, they would come with like the collection of games. I'm like, these games don't play no more. I'm like,
Who scratches their fucking discs that hard?
People that just throw them
People
around
that- yeah.
and don't put them back in a case.
I'm
and
really
shit.
meticulous. I put them.
yeah,
I
oh
always
yeah,
put
no,
them in
I know,
back in the.
but
There's people that just toss them.
or there's people that have kids. Like,
Yeah,
my
that's true.
kid, he has like these 5 games that they're scratched.
Yeah,
Work.
if you have kids, they're all gonna be scratched.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Because without the card, it would be like $3 per disc. So I look, man, it's gonna be like $21 or $28. If you just get the card for like $19, I'll just do them all for free,
Yeah.
So I remember that month I was doing so many, and I was doing so many renewals because whenever you renew it, it adds another year, and it says on your account like, oh, your membership's good until 2008, 2009. So I was doing so many renewals that by the end of the month, he was seeing people that had their cards that were good up until 2029. So the district manager was like, look, man, if their card's good for like the next 10 years, don't renew it. You don't have to offer it to them. I appreciate you offering it to everyone.
You know what's hilarious is it's 2029 and this was in like 2004.
Yes. And it's funny because I would joke. I'm like you do realize that
Your card was good
you
for
do realize-
25 years.
You do realize that your card is gonna be good probably longer than this company's gonna be in existence. And it's true. It wasn't GameStop. It was another
offshoot of GameStop.
It was another video game store that no longer exists.
Yeah, and their cards are still valid.
But
even though those-
but if I sold you a membership card, check the expiration. I bet you it's still good. So I remember he told me he's like, hey, if their membership is good for the next 20 years, you don't need to renew it anymore. So I think he saw the writing on the wall. He knew they weren't going to be around that long. What a guy!
And you know what? I hated about working at the video store. I hated almost everything about that job. But one of the things is that we had the oldest computer system in the world. Everything we had to do was by
like a green screen.
It was like a green screen, but it wasn't commands. Like, the old service merchandise, you had to put in commands. This one was all like F keys. Like, you had to do F1 for this, F2 for that. You didn't have a mouse. You didn't have anything. You just had F buttons for everything. And it's like, Jesus Christ, like, God damn, like everything was keyboarded based. And it's just, I mean, after a while, obviously you get used to it and you can work through it quickly, but it's just a pain in the fucking dick.
Yeah.
Hated that. Anyway, this isn't a job podcast.
It's not. This is not a podcast
About previous employment.
about the plights of employment.
But anyway, so yeah, Pancho, that was a good party.
Yeah, solid party.
How the fuck did we get from Pancho to the?
I don't know.
No idea.
Anyway, all right, let's get to our next email because we actually had another one that was not from Pancho. Our next email is from Fawn Del My Balls.
So what?
Fondle my balls.
Oh,
So-
I get it. Fondle my balls.
Says, hey, NKOTP, I came across this the other day. Thought what the fuck? And thought what better way to get to know you than to have you play this game. Here are the rules. First, a member of the group poses an extremely personal question to the rest of the players. That would be me. Then everyone who's participating must either answer the question honestly or drink. Well, we have beer right here.
Oh,
How about
nice.
that?
Looks like we're gonna go through this beer pretty quickly.
First, a member of the group.
I was only
yeah,
gonna
sorry.
drink one beer.
Well, unless you're gonna drink two. There's
Then
only.
you better be honest.
Yeah, there's only one rule to keep things interesting. Questions cannot be yes or no in nature, as drinking usually indicates the more scandalous of the two answers. So, so here are the questions. Ready? We're gonna go around the room here.
What do we have to do?
Answer honestly.
So
if you
either-
don't answer,
you gotta
you
drink.
have to drink.
whole beer.
Not the whole beer.
Yes, a whole beer.
It just says drink.
Then
We don't have enough beer
then
for
fucking
this.
answer honestly.
All right. First question. What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done while drunk, Mamba?
What's the what?
Most embarrassing thing you've ever done while drunk?
I actually seen it the other day. I was going through pictures of my old phone. It's not actually that embarrassing. But there was this girl that I had a crush on. And then she was at this bar, and I was kind of a creep. And I was like getting really close to her and like putting my face next to her face, trying to steal a little smooch. And looking back on it, she was definitely uncomfortable. But I wasn't reading this. I wasn't reading the key. I didn't do anything. I was in a bar full of people. But definitely the creepiest I've ever been. Once I saw the picture and I saw how drunk I was like, man, it's fucking embarrassing.
Tony?
I think the most embarrassing thing I did while drunk was trying to fight this guy that dated my ex because I didn't like him.
Was she your ex at the time, or was she your girlfriend?
She was my ex at the time,
Oh.
but we were still friends. And the guy she was with was a dick, and I didn't like him. So I got and I guess I was okay with it. But then one time I got super drunk, and he ended up being at my other friend's house. He was just there, and I don't understand why he was there.
Well, I think I know exactly what time you're talking about.
And apparently I wanted to fight him.
I wasn't there, but I heard about it.
And then my friends had to lock me in a room, and they wouldn't let me out. And I remember asking them to let me out, that I just wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to talk to him, but they didn't believe me.
Does his name rhyme with Jimmy?
Yes. So, and then looking back, I was like, what the fuck was I doing? Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing.
No, it's not Timmy. It's somebody else.
Yeah, but yeah. So that was probably the most embarrassing thing I did while drunk.
Mine was. I had to think about this when I read this email previously.
It's hard. Yeah, I know.
It's hard because
It's hard because you embarrass yourself every day.
Yeah, and I don't drink that often, so I'm kind of a stick in the mud, and it's hard for me
You are.
to do
You are
shit.
very boring.
So I think the most embarrassing thing was similar to Mamba's thing. I was talking to this girl. We weren't we would go out on dates, but we weren't like boyfriend girlfriend. And I remember one time and I wasn't really like hardcore drunk, but I was tipsy. And same thing, I was getting real close to her. I was trying to be all up on her, and she wasn't having it. And I remember even afterwards, she fucking like yelled at me, like stop it.
She yelled at you?
Yeah, she yelled at me, like stop it, basically.
I could see in the picture that I saw the girl. She was like she almost broke her neck trying to avoid contact with me. She was like, she like balled up. She was like, ugh.
Yeah, she yelled at me, and I had to apologize the next day.
Well, I'm
About
glad
about my transgressions.
I'm glad that both you guys find sexual harassment embarrassing. That's good, at
Yeah.
least I guess.
Yeah.
It is good.
Yeah, it's good that you find it embarrassing. It should be embarrassing.
All right, number 2. What's the longest you've gone without showering, Mamba?
I'd say about like 3 to 4 days.
Tony?
Why'd you look at me like that?
I hope this is not.
Right now.
No,
right
it's not
now.
recent.
Oh, okay. Whew. All right, cool.
This is before like I had.
I mean, longest without showering. The longest I think was like maybe a whole week, but that's not because I was dirty. I was in high school, and we had swimming the whole week. So the whole week I would just like
You counted.
I would just kind of rinse off in the showers and at school.
Oh, so you didn't actually shower.
So
you
I
just
never
rinsed
actually
off.
used, so I technically didn't shower because I didn't use soap for a week maybe. But it was super convenient because like I would have a gym like first period, so I'd get up in the morning. I had to shower before school. I just go there. I
jump in the pool. You
just
smell
jump
like
in the
chlorine.
pool. Yeah, you come out. You
Rinse off.
chlorine kills all the chemicals. You just rinse off, and you're good to
That's
go for the
true.
rest of the day. Then
Wow.
You smell like pool water. I mean, that's not a terrible smell.
yeah, everyone smells like fucking pool water. It's a fucking high school. You either smell like pool water or fucking Dracar Noir.
What privileged school did you go to that had a pool?
My high school had a pool.
Yeah, you had a big ass pool,
Yeah.
huge pool.
You didn't have a pool at your school?
No,
How did you not have a pool in your school?
What
There
fucking
was-
school did you go to?
Yeah.
Every school now has a pool.
Even public schools have.
I went to an.
I went to a public school.
I went to an inner city.
Did you go to one of those like alternative schools?
Most Chicago public schools were required to have pools.
No,
Yeah, they were. I just read an article about it.
No. His school had a pool. They just told them that they didn't have a pool.
I see.
Obviously, they just didn't
I
want.
see.
They didn't want any accidents.
They didn't want you anywhere near
Oh,
the pool for
gotcha.
reasons.
Yeah.
I guess the lifeguard has a maximum capacity that they could.
So the longest I've gone without showering was like a whole weekend.
You're not allowed around high schools now.
Get them off you, bro.
Damn, bro, get you off me.
All right. Question number 3. What's the hardest drug you've ever done? Mamba?
I don't really do drugs. Just marijuana. That's it.
Yeah.
I want to do harder drugs.
You just haven't.
Well, I don't
I'm
have
not
access
embarrassed
to.
about that. I just don't have access to them.
Just-
So you're more embarrassed about not having done,
Yeah.
or the reasons why you haven't done harder drugs.
Yeah, then I just don't know who to get them from.
Tony, what's
I have rode the white horse. That's about the hardest. I mean, it wasn't like a lot. It was just
a little bump?
And I was like really drunk, so it's like I really don't know if it did anything.
You know what?
Either that or it goes bunkus. Either I got.
I'm embarrassed.
Since I'm a
that-
noob, I might have gotten got. It might have been just baking soda, and like I don't.
I was embarrassed that I didn't do that.
You were embarrassed that you didn't
Yeah,
partake.
I was offered, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Looking back on it, I'm like, why not? Just once.
Yeah.
Just once. Get a bump, see how I feel.
Just take the edge off.
Yeah, take the edge off.
Yeah, the hardest thing I've ever done was weed.
That's about it.
That's about it.
Wow, we were
Pussies.
very boring.
They're fucking
Yeah.
pussies.
There's times I want to try like ecstasy and shit, but I just never did.
Well,
I-
I know
yeah.
someone who has.
I want
that-
shrooms. That's actually
That's
the
a-
one.
I heard shrooms were good.
I want something that's gonna make me like reevaluate what's wrong with me. So like do some shrooms.
some
like,
DMT.
Yeah, just like this is what's wrong with you. Assess the situation and make it better.
You can do all that by just looking in the mirror.
No,
It doesn't
your
work.
ego gets in the way.
All right. Number 4. What's the most embarrassing item you've ever used to rub one off?
Toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
Yep.
Oh, I think you told us this.
I was a kid and I was not
No,
aware.
no, I don't think that's what he means.
What's the most?
embarrassing item you've used to rub one off. Yeah.
I don't know how you can get that
Like, did
confused.
you-
I feel like well, maybe I would assume like a magazine, like a Victoria's Secret magazine or something. That's what I was assuming.
No, 'cause otherwise, what's the most embarrassing thing you've rubbed one off to?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
But that's not what he meant. You're right, Mamba. Did you rub one off with toothpaste? That's pretty embarrassing.
also there was this one time I was getting really creative. I took it's not really creative. I just took an empty, or when you use toilet paper, the cardboard thing.
Yeah.
I just filled that up with lotion, and used that as some makeshift
Pocket puss.
Yeah, I may use it as a makeshift pocket pussy. It was very crude.
I don't think I've ever. I'm not creative when I rub one off. I'm pretty vanilla for that.
It took me forever to realize that I didn't need lotion. You could just use the old skin grip.
Junkyard.
I'm pretty basic. Like I've said before, I just use fucking. Wait, what is? Actually, no, I'm lying. I think that's not really embarrassing. I think petroleum jelly.
Well, that's not
I think the most embarrassing thing, the most embarrassing thing I've used is probably Junkyard's hand or something.
bad.
That's a lie. You just drink.
And I must elaborate that the toothpaste was not a good idea.
Oh, I'm sure
I didn't realize that it-
burns.
Had chemicals that make your skin burn on contact,
Especially your penile skin.
especially when you rub it in there deep.
Oh, man.
All right, number 4. Or number 5, I'm sorry. What's the raunchiest porn you've ever watched?
Oh, I can't.
Oh, raunchy. Does Mr. Hands count?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have watched Mr. Hands. Doesn't get worse than that.
No.
Or Two Girls in a Cup. That's pretty raunchy.
For me, it's tough to say because I'm a fucking porn connoisseur. I watch all types of porn.
See, when it comes to porn,
It's hard to get any raunchier than what I already watch.
well, what's something raunchy you do watch? What are you into? Scat?
No, I'm not into scat. But I've seen, I've watched it before. I haven't jerked off to because that's gross, but I've watched it
Yeah, that question is pretty open ended because it's
Yeah.
not about what you use to get
to get off.
going.
Yeah.
But I've watched bestiality,
Yeah, I think we've all have.
but I wasn't I gotta go beat my dick.
Yeah, me neither.
I was like, that's new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the craziest one I've ever seen that's not like bestiality or anything like that, that's just normal, was this one dude was fucking this chick doggy style, but they were in a bathroom, and while they were fucking, he kept dunking her head in the fucking toilet. It was fucking crazy. Like he was banging her, and like he was like basically drowning her because he would like when she wouldn't expect, he would just dunk her fucking head in the toilet, and she'd come up and she would go.
Did that get your dick going?
I did. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I think you were watching it.
This was back in the LimeWire days. So you would just look up a porn, or not LimeWire. Not LimeWire. It was what do you call it? Yeah, LimeWire. Yeah,
LimeWire, BearShare. Yeah,
you would just look up
You would
porn.
look up porn, and it was like a wild card.
Yeah, and you don't know what you got. You
just
just looked at like the title, and you're like, okay, that sounds okay, but you can't preview it.
Nope.
And so you just downloaded it.
Not only that, but like, see now, this is how much we struggled.
Yeah.
So for your newer generation. So back then we used to have dial-up, which would take you
Like a whole day and a half.
it would
download
take
porn
it would take you maybe like
for like a minute worth of porn.
yeah, for like a few minutes of like decent quality. It would be like
Decent quality back then because it's shitty quality now.
All right, let's try to do the math because I know for a fact that I had 56K dial-up.
Yeah.
So it would take me approximately 15 minutes to download 15 to 20 minutes to download one song, which was like 3 megabytes.
Yeah.
So let's say so 3 megabytes, 15 minutes.
So the biggest porn you could get.
Let's say a video was like 100, 200 megs.
And that was only like that's like
big.
less than a 5-minute video.
That's
That's
for
probably like
good
a
quality.
3-minute video.
So you pretty much have to leave your computer on overnight. And
Yeah.
then in the morning, if you didn't lose connection, you might have a
the-
5-minute video
yeah.
to watch.
If I mean, you'd be lucky if it was 5 minutes.
So here's the thing: you just go by the title. There's no way to preview it.
There's no
way
thumbnails,
no
there's nothing.
thumbnail, nothing.
Oh, so
So you're like
You're just going off the name.
You're going off the name, and you're going blind.
Yeah.
So you've already invested.
You better hope it's not a fucking virus.
So you've already invested pretty much your entire evening to this one video.
Yep.
So
So if you open it and it's two dudes fucking, you're fucked.
that's what you're gonna beat your dick to. Oh, yeah, you have no choice at that
Either you
point.
beat your dick to that, or you're not beating your dick
Dick
for
at
another
all.
couple days.
So yeah, so like Joker said, you either beating your dick to whatever the video is, or you're just not beating your dick.
so
at all.
it's not like now. Like I'll go on X videos.
Yeah, you get you get not only do you get a preview, you can like hover your mouse and
Yeah,
give
it'll
you a
give you
little.
a little,
They
like,
have the
clip.
animated thumbnails.
Yeah.
Like, you could- yeah.
That was none of that
No,
shit.
hell no.
Imagine if you had that back then, the animated thumbnail. Like, you could probably just get off on the animated thumbnail.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like I remember downloading it and I'm watching this bitch getting her fucking head dunked in the
Yeah.
toilet. I'm like, what the fuck is this? At that time, that was the craziest shit I'd ever seen.
Did it stop you from
yeah.
beating it?
But see, no, yes, yes and no, yes and no. Yeah, yes, it did because I didn't beat myself because by then I already had a collection of porn.
So you just had to go.
So
you had
I had to
beat,
beat my dick to old shit.
you had to beat your dick to the archives.
Right, not to that new because I saw that I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm not
Yeah.
beating my dick to this.
That's
This
the
is
one
weird.
good thing. Once you build up a collection, then you
Then you can you have some you have some options.
That's why you guys saved collections of
Yeah.
porn.
Yeah, that's why your fonts folder were
if
humongous.
if you're starting out, and your first video, like I said, like Junkyard said, if you're just starting out and your first video is just two dudes fucking, I guess you're beating your dick to two dudes fucking.
All right, there you got to use the old noggin.
Yep. Gotta use the old noodle.
Anyway, all right. So that's number 4. Or actually, that's number 5. Number 6. What's the most desperate thing you've ever done because you wanted to get it in?
Get my
To get your dick wet. basically.
Desperate thing I've done.
get my grandfather's car towed.
What the fuck? What happened? How the hell did you get your grandfather's car?
I borrowed his truck.
We haven't drank at all. We were being completely honest.
Yeah.
These questions are not embarrassing.
I've been drinking just to drink.
You're
Obviously, the person who sent us these questions haven't listened to this podcast before.
Yeah.
We've talked worse about worse shit.
Yeah, this is all stuff that we've probably mentioned once or twice. So either they're not that embarrassing or we just have no shame.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the latter.
Go ahead. So we're saying, so you got your dad's car towed? Your grandpa's car towed?
Yeah, I think that's it. I haven't really
But
done
what
it.
happened? So how the hell did you get your grandpa's car towed?
Oh, this girl just told me, like, this is back when I was 22, 21.
Mm-hmm.
And just the idea of getting laid, I would just drop everything. Now, if I'm laying next to my girlfriend, she's going to have sex, I'm like,
I guess.
well, let's get it over with. No, anyways, this girl, she was like, come over. So I called my grandfather. It's like the middle of the night. I'm like, yeah, I just need to borrow your car. He was like, okay. So I drove it. I couldn't find any parking, so I just parked in this lot. I totally ignored the "we tow" sign. I'm like, oh, they're not. That's not true. They won't tow it.
They're not being serious.
I don't even remember if I got laid that night. I just remember coming out to my grandfather's car, not being there. So I called that girl up and like, yeah, I got to come back in. My ride's gone. I felt bad because he was so pissed. Like I didn't really have any money at the time, so he had to pay for it.
That sucks.
Like that, I felt pretty shitty about that. That was embarrassing.
Tony.
I don't think I've ever did anything desperate.
Oh, Mr. Perfect over here.
I mean, I'm sorry that Poon was readily available to me.
The most desperate thing I've done, I don't know if you call it desperate. Fucked this like chunky chick once.
Ooh.
And and this was wild. This was when I was like skinny. Like now it's like, okay, well, yeah, you fucked a chunky chick. You're not that thin. But back then, remember when I was living in St. Louis at the time.
Back then
I was thin as fuck.
Now you are the chunky chick.
Yeah, exactly. But back then, I was thin and I'm not fucking chunky chicks. Fuck that. I had
standards.
Yeah, I had standards. And I remember like, dude, I hadn't fucked for like, because I had broken up with my girlfriend like a year before. It was almost a whole year that I hadn't fucked any girl. Just me beating my dick. And I remember this chick came over and she was chunky. And I'm like, I don't like her. I don't find her attractive. But she was digging me. And I'm like, sure, why not? It was a one-night stand, the first and only time we ever fucked. And
How was it though?
it was all right. She was chunky, so it was like, I remember like she had a lot of like flab and stuff on her, so it was like.
But was she like well developed in certain areas? You know how like certain
she wasn't.
like
No,
bigger girls that have giant boobs.
she had decent sized boobs for a chunky chick, but it weren't like humongous. They weren't anything exceptional. It was just average.
Sorry, Junkyard.
Yeah, but I mean, hey man, get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Desperate times.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. So yeah. All right. Number 7. What are the last 3 searches on your phone's internet history?
I guess I would have to go through my phone.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Last 3 searches.
All right, I'll go mine. Bittrex logo, Matchlight logo, and Rapid Identity. That's all because I was trying to change logos on one of these apps, so that's completely boring.
All right, I'll do mine. Spinach Nutrition. When can you withdraw from your 401k?
Are you broke as fuck? What?
No, but because these guys, Tony and some other guys, are going to Vegas. I was like, do I really need my 401k right now?
You son of a bitch! Don't withdraw from that, you asshole.
Hey man,
Speaking of that, we can.
You'll take a
Also-
high penalty.
Also
if you do,
says
by the way.
he's driving to Vegas, so we could fly to Arizona, which is cheaper.
oh, that's a good point. And that is a good point, right? How much are flight to Phoenix?
He just told me right now. I'm gonna check.
And then the third one was the UFC stuff. I was trying to see what the next UFC event is. That's it. Nothing really
yeah, I don't have
incriminating there.
I have.
I'll go down and look for the most embarrassing thing.
Yeah, I'm looking for other ones. Yeah, because they're pretty lame.
We'll just do the top 3. It doesn't matter if they're lame. What does it say?
A DJ Khaled meme. I played myself. I'm a fool. I'm a fool in man's shoes. You ever seen that meme?
No.
Look up DJ Khaled. I'm a fool. Or I played myself.
What's the next one?
Next one is Amazon. They had Soylent on sale.
Okay.
And a meme, another meme. The one from V for Vendetta. England prevails.
When you finally decide to go raw on a girl and you feel the AIDS, herpes, and syphilis tingling in your spine.
I played myself. I'm a fool.
I'm a fool
in a man's shoes. I love that. I'm a fool. I'm a fool in a man's shoes.
Number 8. What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened while getting it in?
You didn't read yours.
I did. I was the first one to go.
What'd you say?
His is like jujitsu.
No, it was all logos. It was logos because I was trying to update the logos on I have an authenticator app, and the logos were a little Android, and I was getting bored, and I wanted to update them. There's just a bunch of logos for Bittrex and GoDaddy, and what was the other one?
All right, next question.
What What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you while getting it in?
Getting it in.
Okay. I already told on this podcast, I think. Well, I told everybody because I thought it was funny. But my girlfriend, when me and her first like hooked up, it's like maybe it's because I was nervous because I've met her before, but only sparingly. But the night that like I actually first hung out with her, we ended up, doing stuff. And I just remember us going at it, and I couldn't get it in or get it up. So I told her that I was pre-diabetic.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that story.
And she kind of was like, I could tell by her reaction, she didn't know what to think. She was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, it's like there's something with my blood sugar going up, and it just makes it harder to get an erection. And I don't think she bought it. She still laughs about it to this day, but
But joke's on her because you are diabetic, right?
Probably. I mean, it's not like I was lying to her. It's like the chances of me being diabetic are pretty high.
So you weren't lying.
Yeah.
Tony?
I think it's probably like similar to Mamba, like this. Like I just couldn't get it up once, and it's like I was like, So I remember she was like, I think she like in my mind, I'm like, all right, just do a little foreplay, and it'll just kind of like all fix itself, But apparently it wasn't. I don't know what was going
So
on.
what the hell did you do?
Well, so she suggested we watch porn. I'm like, oh, sure, that'll definitely work, and kind of worked. And so yeah, it took a while, and then after I'm like, yeah, this is probably not gonna happen. I don't know what's going on. So she's like, okay, whatever. So I guess she kind of like was disappointed, and then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, looks like I'm good to go now.
Nice.
So yeah, and then I don't know how good it was because I was still like trying to make up for the first time. So yeah, who knows how that went.
Also, there was another time. It was the first time I went down on a girl, and she knew it was the first time. She was just like, "It'll make you feel any better." But this is not embarrassing on her part. But she was like, "If it'll make you feel any better, you could put some mints in your mouth while you do it." I'm like, "Okay."
How does that help?
It didn't. Well, it should help as in like cover the taste.
Okay.
Because I wasn't used to it. Now I could
Oh.
go to town. I don't give a fuck.
Now it's all day.
Yeah, but back then I was like, just the thought of eating somebody's cooch was gross.
Now you eat ass.
Now you eat groceries.
Yeah, there's very little I won't eat. She told me to put mints in my mouth, but I don't think she thought it through because like toothpaste,
Yeah.
when it makes contacts with certain parts of the body, it starts to get tingly.
Yeah, so she was tingling hard as fuck.
Her vagina just went to
Started
flame as I'm just rubbing these mints all over her vag. That was pretty funny.
The most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me, it wasn't even that embarrassing. I thought it was hilarious. But I guess it's embarrassing if it happened to anybody else. So I was with my ex-girlfriend, and I remember we were gonna have sex. So as soon as I literally, it's the first and only time it's ever happened to me, I literally put it in her, and I fucking just right away. And I thought it was the most hilarious thing because it's never happened to me before. And it's like in the movies. You remember in that American Pie?
That's never happened.
As soon as you,
She's probably like,
Dude, I literally, I don't think I might have pumped once, and I was already done.
you were just.
was this like the first time or
No, it wasn't. It was just one random ass
Just
time,
random-
and we had already fucked a bunch of times. But the thing is that she got super fucking pissed. Tony knows which ex girlfriend this is. She got mad all the time at a lot of things, but she got super pissed because I started laughing because I thought it was hilarious. Like the fuck, what's wrong with me? Like I just it took me 2 seconds, and actually my friends were here. My friends were here in the basement, and I was upstairs. Because my room used to be upstairs.
He was upstairs getting it in.
I was upstairs getting it in. My
And he
friends
got
were
it
upstairs.
in and came right back.
And I
He's
started
like,
laughing.
I'll be back.
And I ran downstairs.
So he opened the
laughing
door,
my ass
and
off.
right as it was swinging on the way back, he was already walking back in.
Yep. But it was pretty fucking hilarious.
I got one more.
Oh my god.
So this is at work, and this girl, she was like, yeah. We went into this closet, and we went to this utility closet at work, and she started doming me off. But the problem was it'd been a while, so she was going to town, and I was like, just turn around because I was gonna get it in with her. But as soon as she stopped going down on me, and then she turned around to receive it, I just felt it coming. but we were still at work, and I didn't want to make a mess on her. Like I was sympathetic in that way. I didn't want to get
you're
jizz
a
all
nice
over
guy.
her.
Yeah, you don't want-
so according to her, I shouted at her, "Move!"
Pushed her
and
out of the
pushed
way.
her head out of the way, and just came all over the place.
That's
And then,
hilarious.
I think it would have been more embarrassing if you would have jizzed on her.
Yep.
yeah, that would have been. But I was like, I was leaving
But that's
for the.
good though. Like the fact that you're about to bust, and you had the wherewithal to think that this is not a good idea for me to jizz on her.
Yeah, just like
You're a good guy, Mamba. You're a good guy.
just because she still had like an hour left on her shift. I'm like, yeah, you can't go out there with cum all over you. So I was like, move.
You're like,
Like there was a bomb going off or a sniper, and then she like felt bad, not felt bad, but she was confused. She was like, "What was that all about?" I was like, "Oh, I was about to bust, and I don't want to get all over you, so I told you to move. I pushed you out of the line of fire." She's like, "Oh, that was nice of you." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna come all over you. You still got to go to work."
did you fuck her after that?
Did we ever do anything after that? We messed around a little bit. But no, after that, I was done. I was all.
Oh, yeah,
I was like, oh, I'm going home. Clock out.
Went home, went straight to sleep.
Yeah.
You go to sleep with your arms crossed. Please, this punch.
Yep, with
Like,
a smile
today
on
was
my
a good
face.
day.
Yeah. Was that the last one, Junkyard?
No, one more. If you were not doing this podcast, how would your life improve?
It would improve vastly.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't your shit would be even worse?
Get him off you.
Listen, when I came into this podcast, I thought it was going to improve my life. I thought I would get attention. I thought the ratings would, eventually over time start to stack up. I think they've gone down.
They've gone up and then back. It's like a roller coaster, gone up and then gone down. They're gonna go back up sooner or later.
But the
It's like
point
the stock
is,
market.
maybe it was my foolishness for having high expectations for this podcast, and I'm obviously partly to blame. I'm 1/3 of this shitty podcast, but I guess it wouldn't improve at all. I'm like, because we missed 3 weeks, and even when we do record, it's usually like 2 hours out of my week. I just say it just because I hate driving over here.
But now you don't have to pick up Tony because he's coming straight here.
No, that was just today.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get used to that, Mamba.
I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, "Oh shit, he's going straight there." But yeah, I don't. If we didn't, how would my life improve?
Yeah,
Oh, it wouldn't. It'd be the same thing.
Tony.
I think I'd be a much better Dragon Ball Z player.
You know what it's like.
I doubt it.
Not to interrupt Tony. It was like, so when I first started hanging around with Tony and his brother, I was in fairly decent shape,
Yeah. Yeah, you were.
and then I started hanging out with his brother.
You had goals. You
I had goals. I had aspirations, and I started hanging around with him. And then I started drinking a lot and kind of blew up. And then when his brother moved to St. Louis, I'm like, well, I'm not going to see Rudy anymore. He's going to St. Louis. Maybe I can work on bettering myself. But that hasn't happened at all.
Wrong.
That hasn't improved my life at all either.
Because you started hanging around with the lesser of the two brothers.
Yeah.
So instead of like improving, it went even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
So you would have been better off had my brother stayed,
Uh-huh.
and you'd have been better off had you not met my brother. But then you would have been better off if he would have stayed. So the worst of the three is if he would have left, and you would have like started hanging out with me, which is exactly what you did.
Yeah.
So you made the poorest
Of choices.
Yeah, poorest of choices.
Hey, now I'm making up for it. I'm actually going to try to go to the gym after this. I didn't plan on drinking these 2 beers, but
That was Junkyard's fault though.
it'll hydrate me, right?
So
Yeah.
technically that is my fault because if it weren't for me, you wouldn't have met Junkyard.
That's true.
Actually, if it wasn't for Rudy. Well, yeah, if it wasn't for me, I wouldn't have met Rudy. And Rudy, it's a whole domino effect.
Yeah, I'm the lead domino.
And if
Yeah.
it wasn't for me, you would still be with your ex-fiance.
No, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, because she was mad because you brought me over and I broke your couch. And we were making too much noise.
And Al was being
And you
too
made me
loud.
buy you pizza.
I made you buy me pizza. You probably broke the rest of the week after that.
No,
This is before he worked 2 jobs.
Yeah.
we would have broke up anyway. She had it coming. Anyway, all right. So it says, your friends fondle my balls. P.S. Your podcast sucks.
Thank you. We know.
You guys are dicks and your podcast sucks.
Very aware of that. Come up with some better questions.
Yeah, your questions were pretty lame.
They weren't lame. It's just that
It's like
we
stuff
have no shame. We have no shit.
If this was
Like any other normal person would be like, yeah, this is a pretty embarrassing list. I was just like, yeah.
whatever.
Like I didn't even take a sip of my fucking beer. Look, it's still full.
That's because
you were a walking embarrassment, Junkyard.
because
That's
you
why.
were a bitch. Drink your beer.
Exactly.
Drink
Anyway,
So yeah, thank you for the questions.
yes, thank you for the questions.
All right.
Keep them coming.
Yeah.
We're an hour and a half deep, so like
Actually, we're an hour and 20 minutes deep.
closing notes.
Let me.
We still got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we still got tons to talk about. I haven't touched on my favorite team yet, Juventus. For those of you who are not watching on YouTube, I am wearing my Dybala jersey from Juventus, and I'm wearing my Juventus hat.
So did you buy that jersey last week?
No, I've had this jersey.
Are you sure?
So
Yeah.
did you buy any of that in Italy?
No, but I wish I would have bought the hat. Actually, no, they didn't have a cool hat like this. This is a fitted hat. They didn't have fitted hats in Italy. They had some shitty ass hats. I bought this hat with a Lids gift card.
If you were to buy in Italy, like how many rigatonis does it cost?
You're such a dick. They're euros, you ass.
Oh, I thought they had their own currency, which was like
How many?
I thought pasta was the currency of Italy.
How many cans of Chef Boyardee does that count?
Dude, actually,
Eight rigatonis.
so the Juventus store in Italy in Turin actually has, dude, they have fucking everything, dude. They had like welcome mats, dude. They had like most obscure shit.
Well, yeah, if you go to the Chicago Bulls store, they have Chicago Bulls
It's
mats.
not as obscure. Yeah, I mean they do have some of that shit, but it's not as obscure. They had some I can't even think of like some of they had some shit like who the fuck would like what do you need this for? Let alone why do you need a Juventus logo on it?
that.
Like let alone
What-
forget the logo. Why would you want this?
Why would you want this? Let alone one with a
Yeah.
Juventus logo.
I don't
Do they
remember.
have
I can't think of like anything else. Right now.
Juventus condoms.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. They had a whole bunch of shit, dude. The store was humongous. But yeah, everything was pretty expensive.
Well, they take that shit seriously down there because they have
Well, yeah.
they have no other sports. They're not good at it.
Well, soccer is the biggest sport in the world. Second biggest is cricket, and we don't watch either of those fucking sports in the U.S. really. But for those of you who live under a rock, not the rock, under a rock,
You still wouldn't know this. If you were just an average American citizen who had access to the internet, you might have seen this story on the internet, but you probably browsed through it because you're like, I have more important things to do with my time.
So Cristiano Ronaldo, possibly the best player
in the world,
was signed by my favorite team, Juventus.
and you're not geeked.
I am, and I'm not. And I'll tell you why. So, I am because he is the best player in the world, and it's like the Bulls getting LeBron James, and like LeBron, he has a share of haters. Me being one of them. I don't hate LeBron. I actually like LeBron, but I do hate on Cristiano Ronaldo for a couple of reasons. Now I'm going to explain that to you right now. I hate on Ronaldo, A, because he's really good, and I'm a fucking hater like that. Mm-hmm. I hate things, especially when if for those of you who don't watch soccer, he fucking destroys Juve in like the Champions League, like almost yearly. Like last year, fucking scored this beautiful, bicycle kick.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Dude, that shit was fucking it was so nice that they were playing in Turin at the time. They fucking gave the whole stadium gave him a standing O, and they were all like Juventus fans. So that's how beautiful that fucking kick was. It was fucking phenomenal. But obviously he's destroying my favorite team. Like, how do I not hate the guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's too fucking good. But now that he's on the team that I love, I hate him a little bit less. I still hate him. I'll tell you why. Another reason why I hate him. He is very metrosexual.
What's wrong with that? That's
homo-
why I like him.
That's very homophobic.
No. Hold on. So I knew you guys were gonna bring this up.
You planned accordingly.
I planned this already.
Look at Joker being prepared.
Yes. So the thing is, I actually wish he just came out as gay, because he's not. He says he's straight, but dude, he looks gay as fuck.
Okay, what
Like-
do you consider looks gay?
Okay, so the press conference, right? He always has his hair perfectly coiffed.
Yeah.
He was wearing two
a-
big ass diamond earrings.
If I had hair, I would definitely have.
He was wearing fucking lip gloss.
What's wrong with lip gloss?
Dude, nothing's wrong with lip gloss if you're a girl or you're homosexual.
No, lip gloss is fine.
No, it's not.
Lip gloss?
Like shiny ass lip gloss.
I have lip balm that's
No. No, it's not lip balm. It was a lip gloss.
I have lip balm that's like
Get the
shimmery.
fuck out of here.
you
Whatever.
think it was-
And I also use tinted moisturizer. It's not makeup. It's tinted
You're not as
moisturizer.
metrosexual as he is. He's metro as hard.
Because I can't afford to be as metrosexual.
Is that a real thing? Tinted
yeah,
moisturizer?
tinted moisturizer. It's not makeup. It's like moisturizer, but it's tinted.
Oh.
But anyway,
Do
I
you
just
think his lip balm was flavored?
Probably
I
cherry.
don't know.
And if it was flavored, was it dick flavored?
maybe. Thing is, like, I just like. There's that. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. There's that GIF of him when he used to play for Manchester United, where his teammate got a hard on while he was working out, and he just looked at it and he stood up.
Oh,
and
I
he was
did see
just
that,
like,
yeah.
Oh
I
my
did-
god,
I did see that GIF.
Like, dude, there's been a lot of speculation of him being gay,
Well, you
which is
probably
perfectly fine. I don't care that he's gay.
You just don't care that he's in the closet.
I just don't like that he's closeted gay. Like, if you're gay, come out as gay, dude. You're the most famous. Like, you know how much dick you could get if you just came out as gay?
I'm pretty sure he gets as much as he wants as is right now.
Probably, but like, I don't know. It just kind of bothers me that, I mean, I just feel like no man can be that. I've seen very metrosexual men, and I feel like no man can be that metro without being gay.
No, I think it's possible.
I don't know, man.
He's a very big celebrity.
Dude, you know how many big celebrities there are that aren't like him?
Tom Brady does a lot of.
He
probably.
does, but Tom Brady doesn't come off as like flamboyant. Ronaldo comes off as flamboyant as fuck.
I guess.
And like I said, what doesn't bother me that if he is gay, that's
It's a-
great.
it's a-
I'm
it's a
proud of him. I
European
hope
thing.
he's gay. I just wish he just came out as gay. That's all I wish. Like that, you know how that would be great for the
There's
gay
nothing
community.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with a little lip balm with shimmer.
Yeah, there is. There's like, what's wrong with it is just come out and say you like dick.
Why does that upset you, Joe?
Yeah.
Because you know how great that would be for the gay community if he came out. The best soccer player in the world is homosexual. That'd be fucking fantastic. It'd bring a
You
big
seem to be-
spotlight to the
you-
gay
you seem-
community
you seem to be
worldwide.
very passionate about this.
Yes, I am an advocate for gay rights. I love the gays.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think might be wrong about him being gay.
I don't know. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, whatever. I'm a Ronaldo hater. Okay, I didn't like him. The only reason I do like this move, like I said, is because he's the best player in the world. And I mean, who the fuck doesn't want the best player in the world on your team?
So what is the ultimate goal for their team? So you said your team is in what league?
Serie A. So the Serie A, okay, so the Serie A, their league, dude, they're fucking, dude, they've got the most championships in that league ever. They've won their 7th in a row.
Who, your team?
My team.
Oh, so you're a bandwagoner.
No, how the fuck am I a bandwagoner?
If you pick the most winningest team.
You're a bandwagon fan.
In fucking Italy, nobody fucking watches Italian soccer. In my Facebook feed, you know how many people watch Italian soccer? 1, and that's not including myself. So 2 people. Nobody watches Italian soccer. Anyway,
That's true. Nobody watches German soccer. I'm like the only one there.
so
In my
Do they
group.
compete in like other leagues?
yeah, they compete in Champions League. So the Champions League is the champions and like the best teams
So the best team.
in like leagues around Europe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they make what's called the Champions League, which is the best teams, and then they play each other for the
Yeah.
Champions League championship.
So like the UK has their own league.
Right. So like the best
German has their own league.
Right.
Italy
has their own league. There's a
Spain
bunch-
has their own
yeah.
league. So the best teams from all of those leagues form the Champions
Form the
League, and
Champions
they have
League.
one tournament.
Right, and whoever wins that tournament is the Champions League champion.
Yeah.
So would your team go to the Champions League and would Ronaldo play in?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If they ever faced him, because like there was a couple times, like they made the final a couple times. One year they lost to Ronaldo, like recently, and the year before that they
So
lost
you're
to
still
Barcelona.
spiteful about that?
Yes, very. And then like last year, they lost to him twice.
That was
2 games.
because I remember we were watching the game right for your bachelor party.
Not this last year.
Wasn't that Juventus?
Yeah.
That's 2
That
years
was
ago, right?
that was the Champions League final.
Champions League final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the Champions League final against Real. Yeah,
And they lost.
they lost.
Wait,
Of,
It means spaghetti.
they have a lot of what do you call it? Other names like Bianconeri, that's black and white,
Oh, okay.
or the old lady,
Why is that?
La Vecchia Signora, because they're the oldest team in Italy. What else do they call them? There's a lot of different names.
I have some names, but I can't say them.
But anyway, so yeah, he's.
They might come off. They might come off as a bit racist.
I am.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
You
I
know
am.
exactly what I'm talking about.
I am excited to see what he can do on the team.
Is it called?
I'm excited to be a bandwagon fan. I think I'm gonna get me a Juventus jersey. I've always liked the jersey, but I never really cared too much for the team. But now that they have the best player in the world, I might.
Why
buy
weren't you a
jersey.
Real Madrid fan then when he was on Real?
I didn't like. Why didn't I like Real Madrid? I didn't like them because I think they beat Bayern Munich. I think in one of the, I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've never been a fan of like Spanish.
I don't. And I think too is like there's so many fucking Spanish team dick riders.
I think that's why, because the few times, like when people like play FIFA online,
Yes.
all they do is pick.
They either play Real or Barcelona
and it's just
every fucking time, and that.
it's just like.
And I don't have a problem. Like we had this conversation with the chats earlier. Like I told one of our friends, like I hate that Ronaldo is on Juve now because that means I'm going to play my favorite team every single time. And it's not so much the bandwagon of it. Like I don't really care because bandwagonism is good for the team overall because like they're going to sell more jerseys, they're going to have more sell more tickets. People are going to watch them. That's beneficial to the team. It's going to grow the team, and that's eventually good. So bandwagonism is all good for teams. I don't know why people always hate on bandwagon fans.
Exactly.
But it's good for the team overall.
I am the target demographic.
Yeah.
Everyone that talks shit about me for being a bandwagon fan don't realize that I'm the one that their team wants.
Exactly. But what I hate about it is I play a lot of FIFA, and as it is, I'm fucking tired of playing Real. I play like if it's not every match, it's every other match. I'm playing Real Madrid, and if it's not Real Madrid, it's Barcelona. If I get like a fucking Man United or a Man City, I'm super pumped because it's like finally I get somebody that's not Real Madrid or Barcelona, and it's just these fucking Messi and Ronaldo dick riders. It's fucking annoying. And the thing is, like now, dude, out of all the times I play FIFA online, do you know how many times I played Juventus? Like that's the only team I really ever play with online is either them or USA. Right now with the World Cup, I'll play with other teams, but like during like the clubs, I only play usually with Juventus. Do you know how many times I faced another Juventus team?
Probably like a couple times. Only.
Yeah, like maybe 2 to 3 times.
Did you try to talk to him?
Max, no, I didn't try talking to him because I don't use a microphone. I don't like talking
He
to
doesn't
people.
speak.
You try to start speaking Italian. What's
Yeah.
the? What's
He's like, how do you speak?
Buonasera.
Buonasera.
Like good night,
Like-
good evening.
Me, I like
Rigatoni.
Juventus.
Spaghetti.
So yeah, I've only played against them like twice. Do you know how many times I'm probably gonna have to play them? Like every
All the
other fucking
time.
game.
Probably.
It's gonna be against Juve.
All
'Cause-
those Real fans are not gonna switch
Yeah.
over to
So when
to
you
Juve fans.
when you play FIFA and you beat somebody with Juventus, you're gonna get a message that says, you,
I'm the Ronaldo-
you Ronaldo dick
Yeah,
rider.
now they're gonna think I'm a
Now you're
Ronaldo
the
dick
dick
rider,
rider.
but I'm not because I fucking like
But they don't
them
know
years
that.
before that.
Yeah,
Fuck
well-
them. Fuck and anybody that listens to this that's a Ronaldo dick rider, fuck you too.
So in closing messages, fuck the dick riders.
Yes.
I think that's a good universal message.
Yeah.
Just fuck the dick riders.
So it's probably. I mean, I don't really play sports games, but I imagine that most people
It's like Golden State. I'm sure a lot of people play
they'll probably
Golden State.
pick Golden State.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I don't know.
Like, well, when I used to play Madden online, actually, not everybody played with like New England, and they were probably the strongest team at the time when I used to play. Yeah, no, there was a big heat when I used to play. I hadn't played NBA 2K.
Well, that's
but-
because I think football fans are different than like soccer fans. Because see, soccer fans like Euro soccer fans, they'll be fans of the best team, which is probably like or the best player like Real.
Yeah.
So that's why there's so many. See, over here, like people are very loyal to their team. Like
That's true.
Like if you're a Phillies fan, even if they suck, you'll play with Philly in Madden. Even if they don't win the Super Bowl, like
Right.
yeah, like people that live in the Midwest, they're gonna play with the Bears.
Right.
It's a different fandom.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know, but yeah, but like, I mean, they're pretty loyal out there too. But I just feel like I just feel like maybe you're right. But soccer fandom is just different, especially here, like around the U.S. Like it's like
Besides, you're playing people in the U.S.
a lot of them
a
are
lot
in
of
the
them are,
U.S.
yeah.
Yeah, and they don't. Yeah,
So it's not like
and it's like you're gonna fucking pick the Chicago Fire
yeah, you're
or
not gonna
like
fuck. You're not
the
gonna
LA
pick,
Galaxy. They suck.
Exactly. You're not gonna pick the fucking New York Red Bulls or whatever.
And the thing too with that, with like FIFA, so like if it matches you up with like if your team's rated like a certain way, so if you're playing with the Fire, you're not gonna get matched with Real. You're just not. It's completely different, you know. So, you know, you're never gonna see that because you're gonna be matched with other shitty teams, like some Mexican league teams or some other MLS teams.
yeah, like
you
fucking
know?
America.
Yeah.
Shout out to All
and,
Star.
and you know what's actually shitty about that, playing with shitty teams in FIFA, is that it's harder to get matched up. Because I used to want to play with Leon, which is my favorite Mexican team, because I'm from, my parents are from Leon or whatever. And, dude, there were times where I couldn't find a match for like a good 15, 20 minutes, because it would just say, there's nobody found, nobody found, nobody found, nobody found. Because they just can't match you up with anybody. But as soon if you play with a big team like Real, Barcelona, Madrid, anybody that's good, you'll get fucking matched up in like seconds, you know? Anyway, all right.
You're
No,
probably
This is
you're
not
playing.
a soccer podcast.
it's
Yeah,
not
if
a
you're
soccer or a
playing
FIFA podcast.
Leon, you're probably playing with some other like
You-
actual Mexican soccer
Yeah,
player.
yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. Like, every time I ever did play with Leon, I would only get matched up with other Mexican teams. So it's the other Mexican motherfuckers playing with their favorite Mexican team.
Probably the
playing
actual,
against me.
probably the actual players that want to play as themselves.
Well, like my cousin, my cousin plays a lot of FIFA, and he only plays with that team. And I'm like, how the fuck do you get matched up? But he lives in Mexico, so
Probably.
you know it's a little different. I don't know. Anyway, that's the point. So yeah. All right, guys, let's go. Let's get to our gripes real quick.
Oh, we're almost over.
Yes. So,
Hell no, motherfuckers! Wake the fuck up.
Mamba.
Probably shouldn't say this gripe, but I don't think my girlfriend listens to this podcast anymore, so I'll say it. So, one of the things that we didn't touch on was that I moved out and I live in an apartment with my girlfriend.
We talked about last episode.
that I was going to do it.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, it's been like 3 weeks now.
Oh, okay.
One of the so when we first got the place, the landlord was kind of persistent, and he was like, "I want to move you guys in now." And we were like, "Oh, let's just move in by July." And he was like, "Ah, it might be gone." So I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll just give you money, and we'll sign the lease now." So I basically paid for the first month's rent. Just me and my girlfriend combined. I just paid for it. And she was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." And I didn't ask her for her half. I was like, I'll take care of it, no problem. And then we moved in together, and then we had to start buying stuff for the apartment. And then she would go to Target runs and buy a bunch of shit. And then she would text message me. She was like, "Hey, I bought this, so just we'll split it. So send me this half." I'm like, huh.
The math's not adding up.
You want me to send you half of the money for something, but I didn't do that when we had to pay the rent. That is my gripe. I can't tell it to her, so I'll say it on this podcast that she doesn't.
And hopefully it gets back to her.
So I was a little annoyed about that. I was
No. You were taken aback.
I was taken aback. I was like, I just gave you all this money, or I just forked over all this cash so we could move in, and now you're going on Target runs and saying like, yeah, just give me half. Like, you should give me half of what I fucking paid. I could have used that money to go to Vegas.
You could have, yeah. Well, maybe you know what? Maybe she'll listen to it, and she'll give you your half, and you go to Vegas, and it'll all work out.
And you'll never see her again.
But you'll go to Vegas.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Well, she's going. While you guys are going to be in Vegas, she's going to be in Dominican Republic.
While you're in Vegas,
she
you
doesn't have a problem with me going.
While you're in Vegas, you should hit up our fan. Call me Hey.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
If she still listens,
And maybe it's my revenge for getting stood up.
that's actually.
Oh my God, that's my gripe.
No, that's my gripe.
No, my gripe. I'm gonna say it first because you're gonna leave some key information out. My gripe is that when Junkyard gets mad, it's almost like you're dating him. He gets really upset. So, I guess Tony and Junkyard were supposed to hang out. They were supposed to go to the Taste of Chicago, right?
Yes, on Sunday, the last day, mind you.
The last day of the Taste of
Till
Chicago.
next year.
I don't know what happened with Tony. Tony got caught up. He said it wasn't his fault. I wasn't going to Taste Chicago. I don't know what happened. But I was reading. We're in a group chat, so I have to see all this shit. And just the way that Junkyard was messaging, it was almost like they were dating. Like Tony was like, "It's not my fault," and then Junkyard was like, "Well, I'm leaving. I'm waiting."
Dude, I waited an hour.
An hour.
An hour.
He couldn't wait in the break room for an hour.
We don't have a fucking break room. If I had somewhere to wait, I wouldn't have mind.
Fucking employee lounge.
We don't have a lounge.
Why don't you just go sit in your car?
The fuck am I gonna do in the car for an hour?
Fucking
It
listen
was
to
like 100 degrees outside.
Listen to those fucking shitty podcasts.
Listen to a better podcast.
You do realize if your car's not moving, your AC doesn't get really cold. I'm just sitting 100 degrees. Dude, that day was like almost 100 degrees. It was like 99 degrees outside. I'm
You
gonna
have
sit.
you have a shitty AC then, because my
No.
car
If you're moving, if you
No.
go outside, turn your car on, turn the AC up as high as you will. It gets kind of cold, but it doesn't get like cold enough, especially when it's 100 degrees outside.
Oh,
it's 100 degrees outside.
you
It's
could've
not getting cold.
It gets cold enough where it gets sit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot as fuck.
You could have just parked in the shade and listened to your podcast.
I couldn't have parked
your
in the
podcast
shade.
is like 4 hours long.
So the thing is, I was already in the parking lot. I have to pay for it to park, and I was just gonna leave my car there and take the train and then come back. My car would have still been there. I don't have to pay for parking. Now you're gonna make me go leave the paid parking.
You don't need
go
to leave.
find
You
yeah,
could've
because you said
waited
go
there.
park in the shade.
There's no shade in there.
No,
Paid
there's no
park?
shade. It was open. It's an open lot. It's open to the sky. So yeah, I would have to leave the lot to go find the shaded area. To get the fuck out of here. And just for me to wait an hour.
You couldn't have waited at like one of those bars that they had in there.
Yeah,
There-
I
the
told
bar-
you.
the-
There's like bar. Like go to the bar.
Bars were closed because
Go
it
to
was
the fucking-
Tony
go to-
Robbins.
go to the fucking-
had no alcohol.
Go to the
You could've
gift shop.
said-
Buy something for your
The
wife.
gift shops were closed. It's not a fucking game.
You could have. You couldn't have sat at like one of the bar stools. I'm sure they didn't.
Bar stools and do what? What am I going to sit at a bar stool? I can't drink.
Listen to your fucking podcast. Your MMA 4 hour long
Oh my God.
podcast. That
Get on your phone.
fucking
maybe?
Joe Rogan talks for like 8 hours. You can listen to like
The
1/8
fuck?
of a Joe Rogan episode.
The fuck out of here. And even okay, regardless, I fucking
That's not
waited.
a word.
I waited an hour, and he still wasn't even at home. How long would I have to wait for
30
him?
more minutes.
Get the fuck out of here! For you to get home, plus for you to get from home to the United Center, another 30 minutes, 2 hours. I'm not, motherfucker. I'm not. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm not waiting 2 hours.
Did
for
you
for your ass.
purposely stop responding?
And that's that I even waited that hour.
Did you purposely stop responding? I noticed that Tony was trying to message you, and you stopped responding. Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I did that.
And also, I tagged him in memes on Facebook, and he didn't respond to those memes. I saw that he was responding to any of the memes I was tagging him in. I'm like, oh, Junker's probably still a little upset because he's not responding to my memes. And usually, like, he lolls. But I'm going to make it up to him because this Friday, I'm going to buy him a funnel cake. A la mode. That's
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's
You
with,
guys-
that's with ice cream.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you said that you're gonna make it up to him. Were you peeved?
Yeah.
You were like a scorned girlfriend.
Because this is what I did. I even took my sweet ass time. I got out. He was supposed to meet me at 3:30 or no 1:30. I'm sorry, 1:30. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna be there an hour late. I was like, fuck. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do for an hour? Like, fine, okay. I'm gonna fucking
You live in the greatest city on
I live-
earth. You could find something to do for an hour.
not over there, dude. I live. It's fucking the West Side. It's hood as fuck. There ain't shit
that
over there.
hood. I used to
Part-
live
most of
over
it's
there.
hood. Yeah, it's the hood. Anyway, dude, when I walked out, there were fucking people of a certain race standing outside, looking like up to no good.
What?
Okay, Fresh Prince.
I was chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and, you know.
Were you ready to call the cops on them just because they were?
No,
minding them?
there are already cops around there, and then
They were minding their own
Yeah, they were
business?
minding their own fucking. If they're not gonna do anything, I'm not doubt they're gonna do anything for me. Anyway, dude, so I took my sweet ass time. I even clocked out a little later. Even though you're not supposed to.
Get that OT, bro.
They don't pay you OT because they don't want you there.
Well,
like, as soon as your shift's over, they want you gone. So I ended my shift. I even like left early. I was like, okay, well, I had clothes with me, so I'm like, let me go change. I went to change in the bathroom. I took my sweet ass time, and then I walked out, and I'm like, all right, well, what else do I do? All right, well, I'll go sit in my car. I did sit in my car. Sat in my car for a good 20 minutes before, because I told him I will wait till it was 1:30. He was supposed to be there at 2:30. I told him I was going to wait till 2:20, and if he's not on his way by 2:20, I was leaving. And he said, okay. He even gave me a thumbs up.
Yeah, and I was on my way
Home.
home.
And you said you were on your way home an hour before that. So I waited in my car for 20 minutes, and it was hot.
It was that hot.
It was, dude, it was, I looked at the fucking temperature gauge. It was 100 degrees.
You have a brand new car. You have AC.
I had AC, and it wasn't that. It was still fucking hot in my car.
You need to take
it
that
didn't
shit
start.
back.
It didn't
Take
start
that shit
cooling.
back to the dealer because you got.
It didn't start cooling like really good. It didn't start cooling really good until I started moving, because the compressor starts moving with the car. Anyway,
You got a cheap ass car.
get the fuck out of here. So, what kind of car do you got?
Oh shit!
Oh, I see Junker still a little hurt.
Anyway, I waited there a
Dropping
good 20
bombs.
minutes, and I texted him. I asked him, "Are you on your way?" I got no response. He didn't fucking respond for at least
10 minutes.
no, it was like 15.
15. It was like 10. It was like 9 minutes.
Get the fuck out of here. He didn't respond. I'm like, fuck this. I'm leaving. I told you. I said I'm leaving it. So and hold on. I said I was leaving. I still waited another 5 minutes. I didn't leave till 2:30 when he said he was going to be there.
So you were holding out hope.
So he threatened to leave.
I threatened to leave, and I still didn't leave. And his ass fucking... and when he responded, like, I'm like, fuck this. He's still not even home yet. I would have cut him some slack if he was home on his way, or even... I would even cut him some slack if he was at home and been on, and then he was about to leave his house.
Worse than my girlfriend.
Around that point, how far away were you?
I don't remember where I was. I wasn't that far, but Junkyard was being a little pissy.
Do you have do you have an explanation as to why you were taking so long?
Yes, I was busy.
Okay.
Busy doing what?
Stuff.
What's more important than your boys?
Oh, I could list I have a whole list of things that are more important to my boys.
I was really excited to go to the taste too.
So did you miss out?
I hadn't gone to the taste. Actually, I went last year, but only for like not even a half a day. Like, I just went real quick, and I only had like one thing.
Now we can be excited for Six Flags on Friday.
That's if I don't get stood up again.
Well, actually, you can't get stood up. If anything, you just leave without me.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah, aren't you taking your wife?
Yeah, and my nephews. So anyway, yeah, that was my gripe too.
Bro, but I'm gonna get you a funnel cake, bro. A la
Hell no,
mode.
motherfuckers!
Getting
Wake
stood
the
up.
fuck up.
Hate getting stood up.
Yeah, man, it happens. We all get stood up. I've gotten stood up before.
That was the angriest I've ever seen you during a gripe. That was passion there.
Like that clip. Play that clip, Junkyard.
Oh yeah,
This is my favorite clip. This is my clip of the week.
we forgot to play. We forgot to talk about this.
Well, I guess it segues okay.
So this clip is from the Jerry Springer show. You might have seen it on the interwebs. It's about this guy who is being confronted by his girlfriend, or is confronting his girlfriend, telling her that she has pause it. I'm not done explaining.
Hold on. Sorry.
Explaining that he has I guess he has an online girlfriend and he's cheating on his girlfriend. So this is her response. Like I don't know if this video doesn't pull or tug at your heartstrings, doesn't make you cry a little bit, then you have no soul.
This is true
because
love.
this is true love. This is passion, and you know this is true because this is fucking Jerry Springer show. They are trashy, and some of the stuff is very scripted, but there is no way you can fake this.
Underneath,
this is raw emotion.
Underneath all that trash.
Underneath all that trash, this is real.
This is heart.
If she's an actress, put her in a fucking movie right now. She will win an Academy
Give her
Award.
the Oscar already.
Give her the Oscar. If she's an actress, give her a fucking Oscar
My
right now.
favorite part is the beginning. Said, what?
All right, I'll play it right now.
All right, play it.
What?
Don't laugh, Mambo.
Are you kidding me? She's a kid, bro. You're 22. You've been with me. We've been together for this entire time.
But we had points where we were on and off.
That was because of you. Because you wanted to dump me to go be with some other girl. Every time I didn't do nothing but love you and cherish every moment with you, even the ones we didn't even do nothing but sit and talk. The little things matter. They matter. Just to look at you matters, bro. Just to smell you when I get a chance, bro. Give you a hug. When I hug you, there's nothing else there. I feel like I'm floating. Okay? When you kiss me, I feel like there's nothing that could hurt me.
Now that is a loyal girl.
You can tell a girl really loves you when she's mad at you and she calls you bro.
Yeah. Like if a girl calls you bro, wife her.
Yeah.
That's wifey material right there.
Bro.
It takes a strong, confident woman to call you bro.
If you say so. My ex-girlfriend she called me bro a couple times.
So that was Junkyard on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
In case you guys were wondering.
I wasn't crying.
Probably were, bro.
Fuck you, bro. All right. Tony, do you have a gripe?
No, I'm good.
Wow, life must be good, huh?
I had one, but I didn't write it down.
You know what you should.
Hell
gripe
no,
about?
motherfuckers! Wake the fuck up.
People asking about your whereabouts.
That is true. People that question me. I don't like to be questioned. I hate when people do that.
Does your mom question you?
Yeah, I hear her when she calls him.
Oh, so well, it's not really a gripe, but it's an interesting story. So I got my tattoo. I know we talked about it. I think on the podcast.
Yeah, years ago, probably.
But yeah, a long time ago. So I finally got it.
He got a tattoo because why?
You
I said I
got
would.
a tattoo?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. I saw it already.
Let me see.
I'm not gonna show it to you right now.
Is he-
Well, I got
No,
to take
he's
off
not
my.
lying.
I
He's
got
got it.
I got to take off my shirt. It's on my shoulder blade.
He finally got it. Now it's up to Chris to get
oh,
his.
is that why there's like?
Yeah, because I got to touch. There's like a part they had to finish. Today.
It's red. It's infected.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's got
It's got
fucking-
pus coming
It's
out.
got pus. It's got leprosy. So it was on the 3rd of July. My buddy Turak was having a barbecue, and we were all there. It was a great time. Wouldn't you say so, Mamba?
I had a pretty good time.
Especially
Yeah,
towards-
Jeffrey.
especially,
Shut the fuck up.
See, I was not gonna say that. I was not gonna say
Oh.
anything. I was not gonna say shit because
Yeah.
that was gonna stay among friends. I know we bust his balls and I do it on the group chat, but I don't say it.
Isn't your middle
publicly.
name Hyman?
No, no,
Hyman.
no. His middle name is Augie. Augie Doggy.
Augie.
So
Augie Froggy.
so
Froggy.
so Junkyards.
That doesn't bother me though.
All right, so segue. So we're at this barbecue, and towards the end of the night, we're about to leave, and people are saying goodbye. Actually, Mamba and Megan were the first ones.
Yeah, we're leaving.
You guys were leaving because I guess you guys had stuff to do, moving.
I think I had to work the next day or something.
either work or you still had some. Were you still moving in at the time?
No, I had to work the next day probably.
Okay. So anyway, they had to leave. So I remember I'm talking to Turak. I mean, we're just talking. People are having different conversations, and I hear that I guess you guys are getting up, and out of the corner of my ear, I hear. I don't know what you guys were discussing, but
You know he dropped something.
I mean, I don't know what it was or what the context was, but she called you by your full name, and I heard every syllable. She said John Jeffrey Gutierrez, and I'm like,
it's Geoffrey because it's Geo.
It's spelled like
Geoffrey.
Is it spelled like the giraffe?
the draft of the now bankrupt
Toys R Us.
corporation.
So I remember me and Trek just look at each other like we're kind of in awe. like did I just hear that? Did you just hear that? But none of us want to really say anything. Like we're just like taken aback. We're like, what? And that is how we figured out, or that's how we discovered Mamba has a middle name, which he never told any of us about.
I didn't think it was necessary to tell anybody. My middle name is Jeffrey.
It was I don't know, it was an amazing
But
night.
Junkyards is worse. His name is
Augie.
I don't
So
care.
when he was little,
It's actually not Augie.
So-
it's Augustine.
so
but I don't care.
when Junkyard was little, he used to call him Augie Doggy.
Nobody called me Augie Doggy. The only person who's ever called me Augie Doggy is you.
So when Junkyard was younger, they called him Augie Doggy.
It doesn't even bother me. I don't even care. Because
Yeah.
that was my father's name, my grandfather's name, his father before him. So it's a long
So was that
line.
your grandfather's name?
Augustine? No.
Jeffrey?
No, Jeffrey.
No, that's actually my father's name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he spells it Geoff.
Oh, okay.
Jeff.
You spell it Joffrey.
Joffrey.
I don't spell it
like in Game
anyway.
of Thrones.
When somebody asks me what's your name, I don't say, I don't include my middle name. I even forget it's there.
So yeah, that was quite the discovery.
I think we should stop calling him Mambo and just start calling him Jeffrey. I think that's a better name.
Okay, Augie.
Augie Doggy.
I don't care. Girl Meets World, the little boy, his name was Augie.
So anyway, we're at this barbecue, and I know we talked about it on the podcast before. So if you're new, me and 3 of my buddies made a pact that we would all get tattoos. Somehow they would have to be related to one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, which is war, conquest, death, and famine. So each of us have a corresponding horseman.
Wait, what was it?
The 4 horsemen of the
four-
apocalypse.
No. What were they going?
Conquest,
You don't know the 4 horsemen of the
Death.
apocalypse?
No, I don't.
and famine.
Famine.
So obviously they call me famine because I eat everything
And you're still emaciated.
and I look like I'm malnourished. Yeah, so we all have our own. So my buddy Turak was the first one to get it, I think. Yeah, he was the first one.
I think that was the first night I met him.
Yeah.
Everybody was praising him for his
Yeah,
tattoo.
so he got it, and then Bernard was the second one to get it. So it was just left was me and Chris, and I kind of been dragging on it.
Kinda. It's been like 10 years.
I said I kind of been dragging on it.
Wasn't the circumstances of the bet was you guys all had to get your tattoo by a certain time
And date,
and if you didn't, you had to pay $1,000.
Yes.
So you still have you just got your tattoo past the date, and you
Yes.
still haven't paid $1,000.
And I believe
Correct.
I believe that was like 6 years ago.
it was.
Correct.
The date has long passed.
Because I think we were talking about that when we first met you.
Yeah.
and if the $1,000 was owed with interest, it'd be probably like $1 million now.
I don't think it's that much. The economy's not that great. so anyway, so we're at my friend's barbecue, and my buddy Turak's sister, she was there, and we were talking about, whenever we get together, we always like, me and Chris always get our balls busted for not having the tattoos. Like, oh yeah, where's your tattoo? Where's your tattoo? So yeah, honest, whatever. I expect it. I understand. I said I would, and I didn't. So whatever, you roll with it. So then, my buddy's sister was like, oh, like, if you want to go, we should go this week. Like, I know a guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Because I kept coming up with excuses. I was like, oh, I have a guy, but he's busy, and the money.
How did she tell you? Bro, my boy does tats.
Yeah, she's like,
If
bro,
somebody ever says that,
yeah. So she's like, bro, my boy does tats, and he's legit. So I'm like, oh, if he's legit. Well, no, actually, she showed me her tattoo. She has 2 of them, and she just got a 3rd one. Actually, looks really good. And she's like, yeah, like just send him the design you want. Like, this is what he did for me. Like, one of my friends recommended him. He has a bunch of them. So she's like, yeah. So the whole thing was like, yeah, I'll make an appointment for you. I'll make it. And I was like, yeah, fine, do it. Because I mean, whatever. Like, it's one of those things. Like, I wanted to do it. I just never really just took the plunge. I already knew what I wanted, so it's not like I had to think about. Oh, now I got to think about what I want to get.
You wanted a dick, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's famine and he's always hungry for that.
Yeah,
dick.
yeah, that's exactly what it was. Junkie, why do you keep selling me out, bro? So she's like, so this was Tuesday night, and she's like, yeah, I'll make an appointment Friday. So I remember, my mom is very, 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 very anti-tattoo.
Mexican moms are anti everything.
Yeah, they're anti anything fun.
Yeah.
So my mom,
They want
earrings, no tattoos.
They want grandchildren without you having sex.
Exactly.
So my mom was like, because I told her about it, and she's like, no, don't never do it. If you do it, I would be like really upset, and it would like break her heart, and
She
it
would
would
disown
crush
you,
her. She
basically?
would basically disown me, which is funny because she loves my sister.
And she got big ass
and
tattoos.
she's got tattoos all over her body, and that's not a problem apparently. But it's a problem when I want to get one.
Sometimes when you have a child and they're too far gone,
Yeah.
you just accept
You
them
just
for
accept
what
them.
for what they are.
You're just glad they're not further gone.
Yeah, I guess. So anyway, I told my mom, I'm like, look, mom, I'm grown. If I want to get one, I'm gonna get one.
Did you say like?
Yeah.
I hope you start beating
as,
your
as I was beating my chest, like, I'm grown, mom.
As he's crying, I'm grown. I do what I
I'm
want.
grown. As I asked her to fold my laundry.
Yeah.
So I told her, look, mom, I'm gonna get it. I mean, I understand. See, my whole thing was like, I understand she feels a certain way, and she grew up old school, and she's completely anti-tattoos, and so as a courtesy, I'm gonna let her know I'm getting one. I don't want to just like one day like I don't have a shirt on, and she's like, oh, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I'm like, look, mom, I'm gonna get it. This is what I'm gonna get, and yeah, like I'm giving you the courtesy of letting you know of that I'm gonna get one. So I told her like on Friday, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get my tattoo today. And she was like, what? No, you shouldn't get it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I told you I was going to get
You're
it.
gonna get AIDS.
And she
Those
was
dirty
like,
needles.
and she's like, fine, you know what? It's your decision. You do what you want. But just know that I don't agree with it. I'm not okay with it, and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, well, I mean.
You're like, Mom, I'm 40.
I'm like, I'm 40, man. You're going to have to get over it. So whatever. So my buddy's sister, we'll call her, I need a name for her. Let's call her
Jeanette.
Lorelai.
That's a terrible name. Keep it to one syllable, just to make the story progression a lot faster.
Jean.
Jean?
Jean.
That's a stupid name.
Sue.
Sue? That sounds like an old lady.
Sally.
Sally sounds like an old lady too. How about
Guinevere.
Shaquisha.
Oh God. Okay. Call her Gwen. I like Gwen. All right.
Gwen, there you go.
So Gwen picks me up, and she's like, all right. So when she picks me up, she's like, okay. She's like, honestly, I didn't make an appointment for you because I didn't think you actually were going to go. But she was going to go. She's like, but we're still going to go. I still told him we're going to go so you can meet him. So you can meet him, tell him what you want, and you can kind of like see what his designs are and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, that's cool. I wasn't doing anything Friday anyway. So I go there. I meet with him. So keep in
Is
mind.
that why you were late? Because you're
No,
getting a
no,
tattoo?
no, no. This was 2 weeks ago.
Motherfucker.
No, it wasn't that. This was 2 weeks ago.
I wish it was that. I would have forgave you.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. So keep in mind, my mom thinks I'm getting my tattoo, but I'm not getting it that day. I'm only gonna go meet with the guy. So I meet with him. I tell him what I want. He's like, yeah, just what size you want it. Quotes me a price. Tells me like where do you want, like yada yada. He's like, all right. My next available is Wednesday, at 6:00. So I make the appointment. So I come home and my mom's like not talking to me. I guess she thinks I actually got it, but I never told her I didn't get it. Because if I tell her I didn't get it and then I get it the following week, it's like I gotta go through that again. You know?
Yeah.
So
you might as well disappoint her ahead
So
of
I might as
time.
well just keep her. I might as well just like.
What were you gonna do if she asked you, "Can I see it?"
She wouldn't, because she was so I get back and she's like not even talking to me. She was like very, very like upset to the point where like she would make me food, but she wouldn't tell me she made food. She would tell my dad to tell me the food was ready, like twice for 2 days in a row. My dad would knock on my door. He's like, "Hey, your mom says food's ready. If you want to come and eat." I'm like, "Okay." So like, yes.
So, was awkward eating with her?
No, because I just usually take the food and eat in the living room. Or
So you didn't eat with her?
Well, no, I mean we.
You should have made it even more awkward and just sat down right next to her and like stared at her.
No, actually, no. There was a time we did eat. I think we did eat a couple times, but she was on the phone talking to my aunt. She was just like,
so
whatever.
she just ignored you anyway.
But yeah, she just ignored me anyway. But yeah, so then she would make me lunch, but she wouldn't tell me she made me lunch. Like she would just leave it there for me to find.
So you just assume. So you would just like.
So yeah, but it was terrible because like she wouldn't let me. Usually I get to customize it. I tell her exactly what I want, how I want it.
Oh my
now
God.
it's like since she's not talking to me, I kind of got to just take it how it is.
Yeah.
So
Did it have extra onions?
So it's been rough. It's been
Extra onion.
So it's been a very rough couple days. So I think now, like, after I think it's been like almost a week, she's kind of gotten over it. She is talking to me again.
She noticed that you haven't been sent to hell yet.
Yeah, she noticed that I'm not, I haven't burst
to a
into
crisp.
flames. Yeah, but that's because she thinks I got it like a week ago. I didn't tell her I didn't get it because I didn't want to just go through all that again. So, yeah, that's my tattoo story.
So what's your gripe?
My gripe is parents. They need to just get over it. Because her whole reason, her whole reason behind it was because it's in the Bible. Because the Bible says you shouldn't get tattoos. And
Where does it say that?
There's one passage. Keep in mind the Bible's like a fucking shitload of pages. There's one sentence that says don't get tattoos.
What does it say though? Exactly.
The reason it says not to get tattoos is because back then, in the Middle East, everyone looks the same. So they had to figure out a way to. That's actually true. So they had so the way they would distinguish themselves is they would like Philistines, to distinguish themselves from the Israelites, is they would get tattoos of their gods because obviously they didn't believe in God and they had their own idols, so they would tattoo these idols on their bodies. So because of that, they were seen as a negative thing. They were seen as like, if you get a tattoo is because you're worshiping false gods. So the passage says you should not get tattoos of false idols.
Oh, so everything else is good.
But it's because it says don't get tattoos, people see it as like don't get tattoos, don't get tattoos.
Tell your mom that once upon a time it was against the Bible to wear two different type of fabric.
Well,
and if she's wearing jeans,
exactly,
and just like a
I tell her that every day. I even
like,
and my favorite is quoting Timothy 2:12. But whenever I tell her this,
what's
it's like,
Timothy 12 again? For those who don't know,
that a woman shall not hold authority over a man. She shall always remain silent.
So by that, she can't tell you can't get a tattoo.
Exactly. But the thing with very conservative old school parents is like even if you quote the Bible word for word,
They'll still believe whatever they want.
It's not, because certain things, like I'll tell my mom, like, look, Mom, the Bible says this, and she's like, oh, well, that's not what it means. You have to interpret it. But then other things, like
it's exactly word for word.
It's exactly word for word. I'm like, okay, so who decides what's word for word and what's to be interpreted? And she's like, oh, you have to. I mean, if you talk to the priest, they'll explain. I'm like, no, that's one of the reasons why
religion is stupid.
I mean, I'm not saying it's stupid. I'm sure
but it's stupid.
It's up to your own interpretation.
It's up to your own interpretation, because you see a lot of that, like a lot of like.
Well, you see it even in like the Middle East, like like Muslims that aren't extremists don't fucking do all the crazy shit the extremist ones do because they're the Quran says so.
Yeah.
Like
apparently,
it's just it's just all of it. It's everywhere. It's not just Christianity. It's everything. All religion. That's why you just don't follow religion and do what you want. Just be a good person. That's all I say.
So yeah,
We haven't had this segment in a long
I
time.
haven't. So I am now.
So it's a combo.
So according to my mom, I'm now a Philistine.
What religion do Italians follow? The flying spaghetti monster.
No, they're all Catholic, you jerk. Anyway, so that is a combo. What was the segment called before? I don't even remember because you haven't done it in fucking years.
Yeah.
That and the grape.
Hell no, motherfuckers! Wake the fuck up.
Good job, Tony.
Yeah, my mom tried
Comboing it
to
up.
lecture me the other day. So I've been out of the house for like 3 weeks, and I told her I was gonna go visit my grandmother, and I was running late, so my mom calls me and she's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm grocery shopping." She's like, "You still haven't left?" I'm like, "No, I'll be there afterwards." And she gave me like a badass attitude. I'm like, "What's your problem?" She was like, "Well, your sisters are hungry, and I wanted you to pick up McDonald's, but I guess you're taking your sweet ass time." And I was like, "Hold on, bitch, I don't live with you anymore. You don't talk to me like that."
Did you really call her a bitch?
No, I would never call that. I don't even swear in front of my mom. But I was thinking
you were
it.
thinking it.
Yeah,
You
I
were
was
like, I'm
thinking
a
it.
grown ass man.
Yeah, I don't live with you anymore, bitch. I don't have to abide by your rules. Click.
So how's your mom?
She's doing pretty good from when I could gather. She's probably miserable because I'm gone, but that's her.
I doubt it. She's probably enjoying every second you're gone.
I disagree.
All right, let's go. Let's get to our question, shall we?
Too many questions. There's too many questions.
The appropriate question is, where in the hell are they?
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
My answers frighten you, Vincent, then you should cease asking scary questions.
Dear Tony and Mamba, my boyfriend and I have been dating casually for about 5 months. He is busy and is often terrible about returning texts and phone calls. For his birthday, I bought him a gift that I put a lot of thought into. We made plans to have dinner on his birthday, but when the time came to pick me up, he didn't show. That sounds very familiar.
Oh, what the fuck?
Sounds familiar when someone doesn't show. It
Damn,
must be
bro.
very frustrating.
The little things matter, bro.
Did you purposely pick this question?
No, I didn't actually. 3 hours after the agreed upon time, he texted and canceled. Sounds familiar. My question is about the gift. It wasn't extravagant, but I no longer have any interest in giving it to him when we do finally see each other. It's been a week since he canceled. Is it acceptable to simply pay for dinner? I'm hurt and I'm frustrated with him, and that doesn't make me want to give him a gift. Hurt in Texas.
Wait, so they've been dating for 5 months, casually.
Yeah. Well, not casually, they've been dating.
So basically, she's the side piece.
No, that's not what he says. She says.
Well, clearly, all the signs point to she's being a side piece. If they're dating casually, that means he's dating someone else seriously. Because if he's always busy and not returning her texts and her phone
But
calls,
what if she doesn't know she's a side piece? If she is.
that's why we're here to help. You're a side piece. So if he's busy and terrible about returning texts and phone calls, and you're dating casually, and for his birthday you make plans and he cancels 3 hours after, it's because he's with his main. Yeah, this girl, you're getting got. You are getting got hard.
So not only should she not give him a gift,
give him a gift, she needs to fucking move on.
not pay for dinner either.
No, don't fucking pay for dinner. Like, no, don't even pay for lunch. Don't pay for nothing. I'm hurt and frustrated, and that doesn't. Okay, if all this just doesn't make you want to give him the gift, but you're still not considering leaving him, then you are that girl from Jerry Springer.
Mambo, what do you think?
I wasn't paying attention.
Well, I took care of it.
I have a perfectly good reason that I wasn't paying attention.
Why?
Because, like I said, I just moved out, right?
Okay.
My mom has specifically said, "I don't need you. I can't wait till you're gone." Well.
Look who needs who.
Well. So she just sent in a group text to me and my sisters. She's like, "Hey, does anybody have $100 to lend me till Friday, and I'll give it back to you?" So I responded, well.
Look who needs who.
Who doesn't need who anymore? So that's why I wasn't paying attention.
That is a very good reason.
All right, yeah.
What happened?
So this chick, she's been dating.
This chick is a side piece, basically.
Okay.
Let me tell you what she says.
Tony has a good grasp on those, like,
those
Let me just tell you anyway. She's been dating this guy casually for 5 months. He's very busy and is very terrible about returning texts and phone calls. For his birthday, she bought him a gift that she put a lot of thought into.
And they made dinner plans.
They made dinner plans.
Your first mistake was putting a lot of thought
exactly
into anything.
He was supposed to pick her up at a certain time. He didn't show up. 3 hours later, he finally texted to cancel.
3 hours later?
Yeah. 3 hours later. So her question is really about the gift. It wasn't extravagant, but she no longer has... She doesn't want to give it to him anymore, basically.
She's so hurt that she doesn't want to give it to him anymore.
And it's been a week. They haven't seen each other for a week since he canceled.
So
is it okay? Hold on. Your question is it okay to just pay for dinner and not give him the gift? Because she's hurt and frustrated.
Don't do anything.
Isn't she the side piece?
Yeah. Why would you? Even if like?
Do you know where he was on his birthday? With his main.
Probably. Why would you even want to do something for anybody if they're gonna like treat you like that?
I know, right? Especially when you're waiting for especially when you're waiting to go to an event that's the last day for the only year.
She is the girl from the Jersey.
Yeah, way to stand your ground. Like, I won't give him this shitty gift, but I'll buy him.
I'll buy him dinner.
Stand up for yourself. Tell him like, look,
but bro,
it's the little things matter, bro.
Yeah.
Just to smell you, bro.
When she holds him, she feels like she's floating, bro.
Well, unfortunately, she does not matter to him.
That's true.
So
he does not care about you.
So you got to just take the L and keep him moving.
Put it this way: he cares about you about as much as George Bush cares about black people.
Okay, Kanye, let's calm down.
And that's 0.
He's such a dick. All right, so I guess that's consensus. Move on.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give him a gift. Don't pay for dinner. Just fucking hit the road, or tell him to hit the road. I should say. Find someone better like Mamba. He'll treat you right.
I won't.
Find someone better than Mamba as well.
Find someone better than Tony too.
Oh yeah, you don't want me.
Anyway, all right. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/NKOTP1. Follow us on Twitter at New Kids on the Pod. See us on Instagram, also at New Kids on the Pod. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, YouTube, fucking everywhere. Shoot us an email like Pancho and Fondle My Balls. newkidsonthepod@gmail.com, or leave us a voicemail 774-40-NKOTP. Mamba.
In a world full of overbearing mothers, mind your own damn business.
All right, guys. Hopefully we will check you out next week. You never know with these guys.
I'm free next week.
But, yeah.
Who knows? Very busy.
Yeah, right. All right, guys. So hopefully we'll check you out next week. Kissies on your dickies.